Okay, guess we are back. So I'll try not to touch my mic as much, obviously, but um, no, actually, let me change my mic properties. I'll use my MacBook. And then for Pro filters, I will use noise suppression. Can I add anything else? No, it seems like fine. Alrighty, I think we know what we're going to do today. 1 second. Alright guys, today we are doing ending 25. Holy crap, 25. Obviously. Yeah, 25. You know, my real quick has a bunch. Yeah, those times already, basically, if I'll get any videos to check out our videos. And, yeah. Besides that, let's have some idea. Hold on a second. Oh, so, apparently, the was about driving. I don't even know if I'm true. It's such a good. I think the game or whatever. It's not Dragon Ball freaking Xenoverse, it's Dragon Ball Online. Okay, what is this thing called again? Okay. What is it called? Is what it is? Project Age 1000, that's what it's called? Project Age 1000. Why is it called what? I don't understand how people. Okay, there it is. Get Age 1000. Okay, let's hear this shit. I haven't played. I can't remember the last time I ever played a freaking Dragon Ball game. The last time I ever bought was Xenoverse 2. Who's this guy? Capsule Corp? Here to represents. GS. The fuck? The new game project. Okay, what's it? Oh, it's freaking lagging, bro. It makes to have my VPN on. That could be the reason why. That could be the reason why I think all slow and shit. Okay, let me just. I'll pause it. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this shit, bro. Like, it just keep on lagging and lagging and lagging. I'll disconnect. I'll disconnect from my fucking VPN from now on. Cause now it's acting all slow and shit. Maybe because it's better I did it on Twitch. But now it's just like, it's very slow. Let me lower the damn the audio. Not the audio, but the jeez, man. Oh my god. Game products. 8/27. More information. Our games our schedule at April 18th to 19th. Okay, so it's basically 2 months. It's basically 3 months from now. We're not gonna know about jack shit about this game. I think it's probably gonna be like an RPG. I don't think it's gonna be like Xenoverse. Because it's not time patrollers on his outfit. I mean GS could mean something, because you don't know what GS means. But yeah, it's probably like some form of RPG or some shit. I don't think oh yeah, Dragon Ball Super is also back. They're supposed to animate the more arc, but I couldn't care less because I didn't bother to read the manga. So I really don't care about Super being adapted. So I'm not about to react to it.
Let me give you the perfect example. How about Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar? In February of this year, she shot down claims that she's actually a millionaire. She wrote, "My salary is $174,000 before taxes. I don't have stock or own a home, and I'm still paying off my student debt." So if you're going to lie on something that is public, maybe try checking my financial statements, and you will see I barely have thousands of paychecks. The public correct. Elon had $30, some $60 and $30. And get this, because companies and owned by her husband, who in 20 had an 81,000. In 1 year, 50,000 grew from $630 million, 5% in 1 year. All for you.
Questions after we know political consultants of travel from BC also was maximum of $50,000 assets. The next day, $9 million. Meanwhile, her husband counted a maximum of assets. And next year, it was $5 million. Despite that, Omar takes
it's too Ilhan Omar, who is into the whole life. I'm honest with you, the whole life be fraud.
We're probably taking immigration for foreign investing. You better young, sir. What said fraud? You didn't go in your state. Go to my state. Down here to go. Around $1 okay. So you like told you. I'm trying.
He's trying to gaslight her. Don't let her do that to you, homie. Don't let her do that to you, man. Innocence. Alright, guys, sorry. I just had to change a bit of the settings because now it's fucking up my shit. So I'm gonna drop down to 480p, and then let's continue. Sorry, guys. I just had to reset some shit.
Comically, during her time in Congress, President Trump wants answers. Writing on Truth Social, quote, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is worth over $30 million. There is no way such wealth could have been accumulated legally while being paid the salary of a politician. She should be investigated for financial and political crimes, and that investigation should start now. Saturday Night America anchor Kayleigh McEnany joins me now. It is amazing. When she started in 2019, she had a negative net worth. Her personal household net worth has gone from negative to $30 million, and her husband's Rose Lake Capital firm, a consulting firm, has gone from just dollars up to $25 million in value.
Yes. Wow. So what's interesting, you have her husband, Wynette, who started Rose Lake Capital, to your point. So Rose Lake Capital, you noted $42, and then skyrocketed to millions within a year. And these are according to public filings that she put forward, according to documents in a lawsuit.
Her own numbers.
Yes. And it caught the attention of, listen to this, not Trump's FBI, Biden's FBI. So in 2024, Biden's FBI raised questions about this skyrocketing wealth, some of these business decisions, and even Wall Street experts say, why is a former political consultant, that's what Wynette was, running a massive financial firm?
Yeah, well, guess what? Biden's FBI never pushed forward with that investigation because you know why? Because she's a Democrat, and obviously with that money you can use it to you know, help people with their political with the elections and shit. So obviously the Biden administration not gonna fucking forward that to go forward with that fucking investigation because it basically her support basically lines their pockets. So it's pretty much simple as that.
By the way, we've never heard of, and we're on Wall Street and we think we would have heard of it.
Well, I mean, they're selling access. That's why, right? They're selling access, and there are a lot of people who go, "Oh, well, it's her husband, not her." And it's like, well, the only reason he's in that position is because of her, right? They're both selling access. It's the same thing with Nancy Pelosi. They do the same type of gaslighting. Well, Nancy Pelosi's not insider trading. Her husband is an amazing fund manager, right? And it's like, no. You don't think that her husband is getting access to the information that Nancy Pelosi has on, you know, legislation and decisions being made by the government? You don't think that Nancy Pelosi is feeding him that information? That's why her portfolio is essentially the best portfolio in the world, right? The best performing portfolio in the world consistently, right? Over decades. You think that's a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. She's selling access, right? And that's how her net worth is skyrocketing, right? What else does Ilhan Omar do? What does she offer of value? What does her husband do? Nothing, not a damn thing, right? But again, this is what happens. These politicians get rich. They get into Congress and they get rich. They turn around, well, we're for taxing the rich. We're for going after the rich, while also at the same time getting rich, right? Get rich. All these people love being rich. They love being rich.
A lot of questions.
Not to mention, they also have a winery that has also experienced a similar, in California, by the way, that has experienced a similar explosion. Real quick, I want to play Tom Emmer, House Majority Whip, talking about this earlier this week.
This needs to be investigated. She was right at the center of the Somali fraudster operation called Feeding Our Future, the $250 million fraud case, largest pandemic fraud case in the country. Those are her people, and they're the ones that donated to her campaign. So Jamie Comer and the Oversight Committee are investigating this and looking into this, and this needs to be exposed.
Tom Emmer is Majority Whip because Republicans control the House. They also control the Senate, and they control the White House. Are they going to get to the bottom of this?
I certainly hope so. And by the way, I just note that that winery you mentioned, one of the wines was called the Devil's Lie. How about that? But look, they say House ethics or House
Sometimes
oversight.
they tell the truth.
Sometimes they do, and maybe they don't. We'll see. But House ethics or House oversight is going to look into it. But look, it's time. To your point, we have the House now, and I'm hopeful and bullish that maybe Republicans will overperform in the midterms, but that's not a guarantee. So now is the moment for House oversight to look into it, for the FBI to look into it. Kash Patel's been doing a phenomenal job. I have no doubt that they are. But look, the time is ticking, especially for Congress.
Do you get the sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's now or never, right? It's now or never. If you don't do it now, then it's not going to be done. Especially when the Democrats take back the House, then they're going to be investigating everybody in the Trump administration, right? So we don't want that. So we got to go ahead and get these people right now.
I feel like Ilhan Omar has, a lot of, she's been out there saying crazy things about the fraud in Minnesota, talking about the ICE agents. All of it sort of makes me wonder if she's not, I don't know. I just get the sense that maybe the walls are closing in on her. Maybe she realizes that a lot of these questions are being raised.
This is her district that she oversees. Yeah. We have all seen the billions of dollars of fraud. We're just now scratching the surface of it all. And I'll tell you, my producer, he's amazing, Jake, has been watching Somali TV all week. So we have all these new clips from Keith Ellison and Jacob Fry. And these elected officials, there's a lot of questions, what they knew, when they knew about it, and why they didn't act.
Well, she was certainly a part of it. I mean, she was on video with the fraudsters, right? Promoting them, right? So, look, man, all of this stuff is so obvious that these politicians are dirty, okay? And, the Trump administration, man, we got to start, arresting some people, right? We got to really start to get after these people because we don't have that much time left, especially considering how these leftists are so radicalized. Who knows what's going to happen in the midterms? So, yeah, we got to do it now, okay? Because if we don't do it now, then it might not get done. People like Ilhan Omar need to be held accountable. There's absolutely no way that her net worth has skyrocketed that much without some foul play going on here, okay? And we've seen this time and time again. These politicians, Democrats specifically, believe they're above the law. And one of the reasons why is because they're routinely allowed to get away with stuff like this, right? So I'm hoping that Ilhan Omar is held accountable. I believe that it is possible that she may have engaged in funny business when it comes to immigration, right? With her brother, marrying her brother specifically. That needs to be investigated. And also, this needs to be investigated as well, too. So, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Yeah, that's true. Increased control. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that, but yeah, I do it now because once those leftists get into power, there's no chance you're gonna get them again. I think Shonen got something for me. What happened to his hair? Why is his hair pushed back? This is... Oh yeah, I don't really care about your responses. Blackjack? I'm seeing it's probably power scaling. Let me see.
Yo, it's Rob here from the Show Showdown, and we are doing another episode of Anime Blackjack. Today I'm joined by
I think you watched this one.
Mama Perry.
Kumar Sutra.
Alpha Jack Sato.
If you are not familiar with the rules, check out the first video because we're gonna go right into it. First to 5 win. Let's go.
I think you watched this one.
Okay, from ReZero.
Ooh, is this Blue Exorcist? Yep. I forgot his name. Rin, yes. Damn, that's Kisaki.
From a comic got killed.
Is she the scissors girl?
No, the sniper, the gun. Yeah, sniper.
And
ooh, 2v0 characters.
Yeah. Beat Daki and Gyutaro with Zenitsu and Inosuke from Demon Slayer.
Well, she's a witch.
All right.
Survive being hunted by Devil's Chainsaw Man. This is interesting. Overcome multiple espada. Oh no.
I don't know about that one. Defeat an elf as his magic knight?
No.
Yeah, evolve into a demon lord. Beat Daki and Gyutaro with Zenitsu and Inosuke from Demon Slayer.
I think Echidna could.
I think Echidna could.
Okay. Defeat Kaido from One Piece.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. Echidna is not going up against Kaido. He's very all-powerful, but Kaido can rebuff a lot of things with hockey.
But because now it's 1 year, so
Yeah, I understand, brother.
okay, all right.
I know nothing.
Being a devil, going to school to hunt devils, essentially his father is devil. Yeah, he's hunted by devils.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for someone's body without using, no, could not.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he does. He
Play yourselves.
I'm a bus. Over multiple as well.
Yeah.
Might be enough. That's not magic knight. Like over the elf. Or some elves in that scene.
But I don't think anyone from maybe Esdef, maybe she has a chance. Of beating some people from Black Clover elves, but I don't think I think her name is Mine. I don't know. Maybe I think that's her name. I don't think Mine has a chance to. I don't think Mine is strong enough to take care of an elf possessed person from Black Clover. I don't think so. So I would say no.
She got guns. And she got guns. You know, at the end of the day, did we not learn from Gachakuda, you got a Glock on you. That's the power move right there.
I think it's valid because it can be any elf possessed. It doesn't have to be like Raya or Luck or
condoning violence.
Yeah, but now you're just saying you think you're gonna choose some random elf bum? Are you serious? And what if those elves could be bums, or Yami just could be very strong. That's not a good thing to say, bro.
Children, but there was children elves, you know?
Dang, oh, we going there? Oh my, yo, Becca's.
I'll hit.
Hit? All right.
I'm scared about this.
Mix's card deck.
All right. Pass the Royal Knights.
Yeah, she can pass the Royal Knights exam. She got magical guns. They're gonna just associate that with having a grimoire. That's true.
Here's my issue. Because it's the Royal Magic Knights, it was a different exam.
Was it different?
The Royal Knights were like led by Mario Leona, so it was like the top brass.
I give it to the dealer here.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You already made his choice.
Yes, sir. All right, boss. Evolve into a demon lord.
Hell no.
That time I got reincarnated.
No.
You're not Rimuru. You're not killing
not
nobody.
have that
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
No.
No. You got that many people.
Because even if, because again, because how Return by Death works is that everything goes back in time except for Subaru's memories. So, for example, if he got super muscular and then he died, he's not gonna have those muscles anymore. That's how it works. The only thing that stays consistent is his memories. Everything else gets reverted to a certain period of time. So no, even if he fucking trained or whatever, that wouldn't mean anything because his body will go back in time while his mind will stay the same.
All right.
Bush.
All right, give me something nice.
Ooh, Eren Yeager. Okay,
look, I told you.
Ooh, the Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh, that's OP.
Nurse Joy. Okay.
Look at all these bum ass characters, bro.
Oh.
It's just rigged.
Wait, what?
Shit's rigged.
Wait, what did I do?
Shit's rigged.
I'm literally. Oh, metal.
Hell no. Now it is real.
Yo, what do you mean?
You hate
Convince someone not to kill you.
Kill or kill Gara? Do you think Gilgamesh? He's to convince someone like God? Nah, bro. Gilgamesh will just kill that nigga. Fuck out of here.
I could build a nation of simps.
Survive such hours Bakai. All right.
Really could.
All right. Is Eren Yeager mastering a breath style?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
He's mastered all the Titans.
Yeah. Eren can clearly do that. All right. So, are you staying?
I wouldn't say he mastered all the Titans completely. That's just a lie. But breathing style, I'm pretty sure he can do that. It's not that fucking hard.
Hit.
If it's like
Hit it.
Hit. All right. All right.
Take Luffy's pin and fill a bug. No, I don't think he can. No, I don't think he can take Luffy's pain. You can say that he could, maybe he could by regeneration, possibly, but I don't think he can. I think it'll be too much for
Take
him.
Luffy's pain and Thriller Bark.
Be all right.
No, he could do that. Yeah, he got it.
Okay, y'all saying this valid? You staying?
I'm saying.
convince someone like Gara not to kill you in a moment of rage. Gilgamesh is not like that at all. He is gonna tell you, go ahead, do it, do the thing.
Nurse Joy, could she build a nation from scratch like that time I got reincarnated as slime?
I don't think so.
I think she could. I think it would be a nation of simps and Pokemons that she heals.
How is she funding the nation?
The healing Pokemon. She heals them and she gets money from the payment.
This is it reincarnated as a slime, not Pokemon.
Harry, this is a bust, man.
Yeah, that's a bust.
Oh my god, it was such a good
Yeah,
argument.
but again, I haven't watched Incarnate as a Slime, so I don't know how that world works to where you can build a nation.
Mars, yeah.
Not surviving shit.
She's out of there.
So sorry.
Wait, hold up. He dies, but then he technically doesn't die because he. Oh wait, no.
He has to have. He has a handshake. Yeah.
Never mind. I'm sorry. Cut that out. That's not making the video.
Nah, keep that in. Make sure y'all see this. I run a black hole.
Hell no.
No.
Yeah, you win.
Yeah, we got one for Dez. He's on the board.
If you give me another bad one,
Yo, this is
I'm gonna riot.
Justin. I'm looking right at you right now.
Ooh, Shadow.
Talk to me. I told you I'm over this.
Jorno.
Jorno, okay.
All right, pressure's on.
Urza's a cool.
You have that.
All right.
Absolutely, yes.
Defeat moderate. She had. This is a conversation.
Become a Pokemon gym leader.
Oh, obviously.
Win the Holy Grail War.
That's
So he's just looking for. All right, we go.
You could go in a
Yeah, absolutely. This is easy.
Yeah, easy to hit it.
You are now an answer troop. Survive.
Nope. Yeah.
Hit it again.
Survive the Shinobi
Yes,
Lion.
you can.
That's
yeah.
what I wrote in the comments last
Yeah.
time, bro.
You okay?
I'm staying, bro. I'm cool.
Yeah, they might have to cook. You don't know what's coming up.
Defeat moderate Uchiha during the 4-Ranger War.
That will get folded.
Could become a Pokemon gym leader.
100%. Yeah.
Urza's like that.
Queen Fairy, she's literally a leader.
I don't have to because he has 3.
Defeat the Evoler.
Jojo's garbage.
I don't know, because again, what makes JoJo characters like super strong is their hacks. That's a makes them super strong, not necessarily like the physical capabilities, more like because how hacks their stands are. That's what makes them strong. Again, I'm not that far in JoJo's. I'm still in part 3, so I don't know if she can. I haven't never seen how strong Diavolo is.
I would give it.
I'm pretty sure Diavolo's in part 5.
All right, I'm gonna stay there.
Win the Holy Grail War. Yeah, she got that.
Yeah. 100%.
Hit. I shall hit.
Okay.
Escape a time loop caused by your death. ReZero. I
You
think she got.
technically did.
Yeah.
Go again.
Okay.
Going for 3.
I'm scared. Defeat Demon
Yes,
King Zeldris
yes.
without Meliodas.
Yes.
The 7 deadly sins. Yeah, she got that.
She got that.
Do that.
Can do that.
All right.
Survive Pain's almighty push.
Boy, getting clapped.
Are you kidding? Hold on. Yugi? Right, king of games, so I'm talking Dark Magician, I'm talking spell cards and trap cards. Dark Hole.
While this like giant mass is gathering, he's like, let me set up.
No, he can literally be like, Dark hole.
Wait.
Rob, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this.
Yo, this is crazy robbery. Pain is fast. I'll take my L. So that's 2, 1, 1. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, okay, so cause she only did 2 of Urza, so it's just all that matters is basically. Hold on, let me go back. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. She only did 2 of Urza.
I don't have to because he has 3.
Defeat Diavo.
Yeah, he has 2. So she did 2. That girl did 3, and the other black guy did 3, and they all got a point. So what's the whole point of doing the whole multiple things then? Because not only getting more points, the more challenges that anime character you have, or whatever character you have beats, or can beat, or event that can beat. So if that's the case, then what's the whole point of having multiple? Oh, it's hit. What's the whole point of doing the hit things if you're like, for example, the girl right here is not supposed to get a point because she only did 2, and then the girl and the guy did 3. So clearly, it's supposed to be the other girl and the black guy getting 3 points. Well, not 3 points, but at least they both supposed to get a point. I don't know how she gets a point. If that's the case, then it doesn't matter. It isn't, again. Is that the point? Then there's no point of hitting. Then what's the whole point of hitting if like you could just, if you're all each of you get 1 point even no matter what? It's stupid. It's a stupid rule. It should be these two supposed to get the point because they were the highest. I don't know why she got a point. That's the case. Then there's no point of doing multiple at once. There's no point of doing 3. All you do is beat 1, and if everyone loses except if everyone gets it higher than you, then you still get a point either way. So what's the point of doing the multiples then? It's worthless.
Yugi? Right, King of Games, so I'm talking Dark Magician.
Okay, I don't care about your explanations.
Madara at the height of his power. Okay. Do I double straight something?
Break the curse of the sun.
Nah, this is trauma. He is trauma. What are you talking about?
Win the God of High School tournament. What are we doing?
No.
As strong as he was.
Next, moving on.
All right, yeah, bus.
Some devils can trap you in realms, but I think for the most part you could survive.
Hey, this is peak Ida. We talking about Endgame, My Hero, peak Ida.
Would you want to hit?
You know I'm confident. I'm gonna hit one more time.
Bypass Gojo's Infinity.
Nope.
Hey, you got
Yeah,
greed.
you got his cocky.
Greed, man.
Break the curse of the Soma family.
No, he won't.
Hear me out.
Hear you out.
Pre-Griffith was able to unite all these different people that came from pretty nefarious backgrounds.
Yeah, but who's Griffith now?
I'm saying Griffith also continues to lead by charisma.
But can he break the curse of the Soma family?
The curse is broken with love.
You think that man got love in his heart?
If he had love, there would still be a Band of the Hawk.
Perry, come on, Perry.
It was a shot.
She tried. She tried.
I don't watch Gintama. I do know God of High School, but I don't know how.
Gintoki's like the ultimate parody character. It's an interesting question. You gotta be.
You gotta
Yeah, I don't
be
think I'm not
fantastical
confident in that.
powers, basically. Okay. Take down Ainz.
No.
But Hibana can.
No.
Buddy.
All right, that round is a wash. Dang, really? All right, Colin Kozuki from Code Geass. Yep. Another Code Geass character. That's crazy, guy.
He pulls himself a Lelouch, it's rigged.
Oh, Xenon from Black Clover. Oh, Demon King's Eldris. All right.
Defeat Gilgamesh on a direct confrontation from the Fate series.
Okay.
She's smart.
What the fuck was that? Did you anyone just notice that? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That was a weird audio Cause he definitely inserted that audio post postal coding. That was awful.
Human though, she doesn't have chakra.
She has Gios.
Oh.
Defeat Diavolo and avoid erasure from time.
Survive the full assault of Colossal Titan on Shiganshina.
I feel like he wouldn't even been there. Defeat Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh is
No.
He's just gonna 1,000 sword.
Why y'all do me like that, man?
the tuning exams.
I think you can pass parts of it.
She got murked literally immediately. Was it not like the first episode?
Oh shoot.
I think you can defeat Diavolo and avoid erasure from time.
I don't think avoid erasure from time. I'm not even too sure.
In Black Clover, he has a devil and he uses bone magic. He packed up the whole Golden Dawn at that time. That now is like the top one. Black Clover, for the most part, has like, compared to JoJo's Part 5 at least, like the characters are stronger.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a fold.
Yeah, go and fold up, man.
Survive the full assault of the Colossal Titan.
So I had the full song call tape from Shiganshina. Could he survive that? I mean, I think it's a possibility. I mean, all he's do is get to Bertolt and it's pretty much over at that point.
Attack on Titan. Like, listen, physically, no, but like, he never would have been there.
Actually, he would have been like, dang, I triggered it again. Another genocide. So I think you'd win this.
Yeah.
So is he surviving an atomic bomb? Because that's what happens when a Colossal transforms.
He wouldn't have been there.
If he's in range, is he going to survive an atomic bomb? You know what happens.
He's in the city. In my mind, I'm saying if he's able to find like a Titan shifter, use his Gias on them, he can finesse. But if the Colossal just appears and blows up the city and he doesn't have a plan for it, then yeah. This is really more so like, do you think Lelouch has the IQ to get out of that scenario?
I think he does. I think if we're talking about just IQ, I think he has the IQ to get out of that scenario. If that's the case. That's the thing. Yeah, I think Lelouch has the IQ to get out of that scenario, if that's the case.
A lot of people with less IQs got out of that scenario. So I think if they could, he could.
All right. Defeat Hisoka in a duel?
I think he could. He could use Gias on.
Would Gias work on Hisoka?
That's kind of the beauty of Gias. It only works once, but it works.
Okay.
Wait, do you want to hit or do you want to stay? Zeldris is strong. He has to now win by 2, which he has to assume he wins the first one.
You gotta assume the next card might be like a physical one, like beat Goku or some shit.
I'll stay.
Beat Goku? You don't want? All right. Dang. Win against Cars, the ultimate life form, JJBA Part 2. Yes. So it's JoJo's.
Yeah.
100% can. Sure. Oh. Win a survival game. Future.
Diary, all right, that's kind of tough. Because he got like physical power, sure, but they're playing mind games too. Like, it's not just physical there.
He's like the actual demon king of like 7 Deadly Sins. Like Meliodas and all of them, they had to like jump him.
I haven't seen Future Diary, so. Even if we do give him this, he has to go one more.
To beat you. I'll give it to him. Just because he is like a big bad, and you gotta assume that he's playing the mind games against these people playing. If he knows the rules of the.
This is for the W. Survive Delaware Detroit Smash from 100%. All right, my first W, man. Woohoo! Yo, I'm on the board, man. I want to thank my mom.
You have 2?
Yep.
I have 1.
1, and you have 1. I still have 0. So.
All right, here we go.
Oh, Beatrice?
Beatrice
from 0. She's like a magical witch.
Lucy.
Even Fairy Tail.
Oh, Toichiro from Mob Psycho. He's the final boss of Mob Psycho. Oh, Nami from One Piece. Mm-hmm.
Death the Kid.
Woo! I feel great. Defeat Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach. Make a cell phone in the Stone world, in the Dr. Stone world, okay? Defend Earth in a Gundam battle.
He might have that. He might have that one.
Fight off an alien invasion with the Gaunt suit. Oh my god, so bad.
Is Beatrice defeating Kenpachi?
I don't think so.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, fine.
You're not even gonna fight? All right. As long as you know.
This is a bust. Lucy, I do not think has the smarts to make a cell phone from an Earth that has literally nothing.
Bust.
Defend Earth in a Gundam battle.
I think he got that.
I'm staying though.
You're gonna stay?
He's not very strong.
Ooh! He's the last boss. He's the final boss.
Perry, I said go for it.
Oh, okay. Fine, I'll hit.
I think she can do it. Whatever is next.
Win the Death Note mind games against.
Is he smarter than L though?
No.
Oh damn, my bad. He can't.
You're not smarter than L, man.
He can't. Damn.
Damn.
All right, Nami, fight off an alien invasion with the Gon.
This is
I
tough. Like,
don't really know about Gon. I don't know what Gon is.
Who is she with? Because not everyone in Gon's like.
They do rounds, and there's several.
She can do it. She can do it for sure.
Yeah, she got the cloud. She got the
climb attack.
powers.
She has her own powers, and she got a suit to protect her. Like she.
Gogin.
All right.
She could build a cell phone, you know? Get accepted into Eden Academy as a kid. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that I got another one in me. I'm gonna.
Okay. Learn Nen, Hunter x Hunter, Death the Kid.
I think Death the Kid got that. Yeah, he got that.
100%. Defeat Pain during the invasion.
I don't know.
By himself?
I don't know, cause I don't know how. Again, I haven't finished up Soul Eater, and when it comes on to like power scaling, I really don't pay attention to power scaling, unless it's like in universe power scaling. If it's like if it's like two characters from two completely different universes, going against each other, it's like, oh, okay, well, I don't really know much. Unless it's like a stomp down. If it's like Goku versus fucking if it's like, for example, like Goku versus Gon, that's a stomp down. I was like, those are obvious ones, but like more tougher ones, more like comparable strength, I'm just like, yeah, I don't really know.
By himself and his two baddies? Nah.
Hold on. Death the Kid is very, very powerful. All right, yeah.
All right, so Becca got 2.
I'm on 1. Frieza.
Oh, this is Botan.
All right, Shoto Todoroki.
Oh, Rosewall.
Rosewall.
I don't even know. It's weird. I only watched one episode of ReZero. I still need to continue it, but I have other things I want to watch before I even go back on ReZero.
I'm all for 1.
Damn.
All right, survive Marineford. One
Definitely.
Piece.
You got that.
All right, win Cell Games.
I don't think so.
Don't even fight.
Stop Kaguya.
Yeah, no.
Kasumi the World Naruto.
Hear me out.
Win the Holy Grail War as a servant. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got that.
Hey, look. All right, you stay? You stay? All right. Break a witch's curse in ReZero.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So Subaru basically had to go through trials, and in those trials, it's a lot of mental games and having to fight against yourself.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm staying.
You staying? Okay, cool. All right, Botan win Cell Games. Yeah, she's out of there.
Stop Kaguya.
Yeah, Todoroki is out of there. Win the Holy Grail War as a servant.
Is he beating Arthur?
He's not that strong.
He's not like.
Here we go. Tutor Anya.
Oh, no.
No, he could.
He could. He did with Sugar Rock.
Defeat Dio Part 3? Yes. Please. Defeat Grimjaw Bleach.
No.
Bleach is a different beast.
No.
Grimjaw is not that strong.
Really? Why do everyone like him so much?
I don't think so.
Like, what the heck?
He's taking it.
All right.
I don't think so.
Looks like it's a W.
You can't root for yourself.
I don't think so. I don't think Grimjaw can. I don't think all of them can beat Grimjaw though. Because the cosmology of Bleach is like way higher than My Hero. Like I think it's like universal, someplace shit like that. The cosmology of Bleach is way it's way up there. It's on the stronger side for sure. So I don't think anyone from My Hero could beat Grimjaw. That's just no.
He's like, oh.
So 2, 2, 2, 1, 0. Oh, Akame from Akame got killed.
All right.
You got the poison blade.
This Gooner character, man. Damn. What do you? Oh, that's another Gooner character.
We gooning out here. We gooners.
Oh, Vanessa.
Straight gooner.
And we got Robin.
Gooner round.
Defeat Cosmic Garo, man. Yeah, bro. One Punch Man.
Yes, sir. All right.
Survive the. Yeah, she's dying. She's a regular devil girl, whatever the hell she is.
Survive the Promise Day battle in Central, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah, she didn't post.
Oh, is Vanessa surviving a bust? No, she got the fate. She got the red string of fate.
She can literally change fate.
Okay. Yeah, just flip it. A bust. Yeah. Okay. Survive the destruction.
It's not surviving nothing.
So you're saying I could do this? Promise Day battle.
That's Fear King
Bradley? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I do believe Vanessa can survive
Yes.
this bust her
Yes.
cost. Give me one
She
more.
can really manipulate fate. So I think yeah, she can.
Compete in the world
No.
martial arts tournament.
Wait. She can compete.
You compete. You don't have to win.
You don't have to win. Yeah. And then you just gotta show up and answer.
She does show up. I mean, she's a strong Twitch. I'll stay right here though. I'll stay right where I am.
Outlast Goku.
Nah, you're done. Yeah, you got a point. Woo! All right, Becca's in the lead with 3 points.
All right. Suna, Hitman Reborn.
All right. My Valentine from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Rangiku.
Rangiku, Bleach.
You just be giving me baddies.
Ooh. All right, I'm confident. I'm confident in York.
And Mitsuri.
Mitsuri, excuse me.
100%.
Collect all the shards of the Shikan Jewel Inuyasha.
He could do that.
Defeat Naraku or purify the Shikan Jewel, Inuyasha.
I don't think so.
Survive Yato's past as a god of calamity.
Yeah, Noragami. Complete Hashira training.
Oh, she could do that. She could do that.
Close. He's mad as hell.
I'm hot. Okay. Collect all shards of the Shikan Jewel.
You could do that.
I think you can.
All right, let's go.
Okay, you're gonna hit?
I'm trusting the game.
Escape from another world without losing your sanity. Made in Abyss. Suna.
Oh wait, you're saying like the levels?
Yes.
Suna could do that.
I think he can. This is not a regular human being.
But he also has like the contacts that allow vision. So like he could probably see where the force shifts are. So he could go through a weaker one.
I'm staying.
I think this is a fold for me. This is a bust. Still looking for my W.
Survive Yato's past of a god.
She's still alive, barely.
Nah, that's a bust.
All right.
Stop it. You could do this though. You could do this.
Kobayashi training.
I think York can do it.
I'm gonna do one more.
One more?
I'm scared. Survive the infinite Tsukiyomi.
I don't know why it says DB Super, but
It's supposed to say Naruto.
But you could survive it.
What?
No, she can't get caught in it. Everyone got caught
I
in
don't
the
know why
Infinity
she's
War.
DB
We had like
Super.
1,000
Guys,
filler of
check your
everyone's
little-
dream.
Yeah, but she just has to survive. She just has to survive.
All right, she's surviving. Okay.
I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold right there. I'll hold right there.
escape a time loop, Steins Gate.
I don't think she could do that.
I think she got the mental board.
Yeah, I don't think she got the smarts.
She got battle instinct, but escaping a time loop is being aware of all the little things that changed.
Mhm.
I don't think she is tapped in like that.
Damn, you running over there. You got 4.
And they're all women.
I mean, you got 3, you have 4.
Yeah.
I have 2.
There's 1, I have 0. Oh, give me some good draws, man.
I did.
Nah, I mean for this.
Alphonse.
All right, now we talking. Thank you.
Bakugo.
He always comes back to me.
Chi-Chi.
Sasuke.
Ooh.
Be a great father.
Win the Inter-High tournament.
Yo, Alpha's gonna play basketball, you think?
I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Persuade a captain to betray Soul Society for a just cause.
Nope.
It's Yusuke.
Survive Big Mom's army solo.
Yep.
No.
Luffy had to do that.
So winning after she learns who killed her parents. She's a mother.
Chi-Chi's a mom.
You can do that. You might be able to have that and stay.
She's on a point right now. What's going on, bro?
Team is young. He be a center, no doubt.
Yeah. It's not 1v1. I gotta take.
Can he hoop?
Yeah, he gonna hoop.
He's playing against Sakibara, who's like the big purple haired, who's blocking, getting boards.
He's strong.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Alfonso.
He's
I don't
an
know.
insane martial artist.
We're playing basketball. You can't. Who you fighting? That's a foul. You a foul?
Saying the athleticism.
That's why football players take ballet.
I'm with Rob on this one. I'm sorry.
What? No, I'm with Alphonse.
Settle down. Because I had you back over earlier.
You think he knows how to play basketball?
In the suit?
Got to.
It's a win as a team.
You have to win.
Can he use alchemy?
No, it's wait. What game?
I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking.
What is happening? Yo, this is crazy.
You get to do me though.
No.
I'll do whatever the
This is the craziest thing ever.
I don't think he
I
does.
do too.
All right, no. I say no. All right, you're outnumbered. That's a bust. Persuade a captain to betray the Soul Society for just
a captain.
He doesn't have like a talk no jitsu like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you.
He could lead by charisma alone, though. He'll be like, I'm gonna do this.
He got aura, but not like smooth like.
Yeah, I don't know if he's.
I don't know if he got the chops.
Survive Big Mom Army solo.
I think he could do that.
Huh?
That's not Deku.
No, but he's.
Is it? Would they do that or can they do that?
Can Bakugo survive?
Am I allowed to say something?
Come on down.
I think he could. I just don't think. I think he would fight, but he could get away.
See, I'm just thinking there's a couple of devil fruits in there.
Y'all notice how my card doesn't say solo? I have a team.
He can't hoop, brother.
My squad can hoop, and I gotta be big and just be in the middle. Boom.
Y'all talking about
Not scoring.
I agree.
Can he use magic?
It's tenuous. I feel like he could survive it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Because you have Sasuke, and I have to hit for the team.
She said, "Are you sure it's too late?"
Let Usopp rejoin the strides after.
He's like, this guy the fuck out.
No.
Wait.
No.
Parry stop.
All right, let's hear our argument.
No, he wouldn't.
Let's hear your argument. Let's hear it out.
He went to Deku.
Cried.
And he cried and he apologized and he said, come back to UA. And he was one of the main points to get Deku to come back. As a hero, does know how to operate with a certain team empathy.
Because they all banded together to get Deku back. He went solo vigilante.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Usopp quit because of a disagreement that he had with Luffy.
It is no different than Deku. Deku, because he understood his own vigilante justice and outweighed it over.
That is different. That's a totally different scenario.
No, because essentially they're both doing it for the.
Deku left because he didn't want to endanger his other. He didn't want to bring his classmates in a situation where he thought only he could handle. So put the weight of the world.
They both left for what they thought was their right reason, and so he's empathetic enough to see that. Well,
empathy is not the word I'd use.
He grew to that. He definitely grew in that.
I'll give Bakugo this.
That's crazy.
And from that, I'm gonna stay.
Basketball's crazy. A dire robot can't play basketball, bro.
You can
stay.
Okay.
He's not a robot. He's a suit of armor. Not the same fucking thing, buddy.
Console Winry after she learns who killed her parents. She's a mother.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, she got that. I'm gonna stay right there. You're right.
Keep your ass humble right there.
Because he has to go for 3 to beat. He has to beat my hand.
Can you flip it over?
Sneeze away Jupiter.
No.
Hell no. Damn.
No, he can't.
Hey, yo,
He can't.
newcomer going crazy right now.
In a Genjutsu.
No, brother. No, brother.
Brother, Habibi.
So that means you fold. That means Harry back at a point, meaning Becca wins.
Yeah, I get a point. Yes.
Wait, no, you don't. Well, I mean, I had to. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
What are you talking about?
No, right? Yeah, you had 3, bro.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I want to watch. Will be the session review? I already know what the fuck it's probably some like manga fanfic type shit. Not interested. Let's see here. Is the manga better? I don't really care because I haven't even been watching Gacha Yakuza. Let me see something. Maybe I have something on my phone. Whoops, my bad. Let me check something. Maybe I have something on my watch related playlist that I want to watch. Erase that, erase that. No. Erase that. Erase that. Yeah, I saw the eventual trailer. Okay, okay. Don't know what that is. Okay. Dawn Award, okay. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, let's do that one. Sarcastic course, we can do that one. That one, that her elimination was such bullshit. Her elimination was such bullshit. It was just like,
Lashana? No! This is some bullshit.
It was such bullshit. It was just like, everyone who just it's like the first name. It's like oh, the first name. It's like oh, you decide who gets to be out. Then everyone started talking like her foot, all everyone started talking about. Not everyone talking about Lashana, but like people started bringing up Lashana, and then like oh Lashana. So just bring up a name. It's automatic. It was so stupid. That's they couldn't find another way to probably get rid of her, so they just did some dumbass ass bullshit.
Lashana's better than me, as if Total Drama did me this dirty. The finale wouldn't have had a winner reveal. It would have had a 10-minute in memoriam. The chokehold Total Drama had over me as a kid cannot be understated. I love this show.
Facts. I remember back in the day. I don't know if they have it on Netflix anymore, but when they were on Netflix, they used to have Total Drama Island, Action, and World Tour. Or was it? Did it have World Tour, or it had only Island? I think they had only Island and Action. I remember they had Island and Action on Netflix, and I watched all of them. I watched them. Here's my thing. The best ones are Tour. Tour is very good. I think let's compare all of them. So there was Tour. So there's Island, Action, Tour, Revenge of the Island, All Stars, Pocket 2 Island, Redonkulous Race, and then it's the reboot. So and then the reboot and the season 2 of the other reboot. So okay, season two of the reboot I didn't watch, so they can't really talk about that. Season 1 of the reboot was okay. It was okay, but it's definitely more on the bad side. It's more mid than anything else. It's very mid because obviously it's not as vulgar, but it's not as risky as it was back in the day. Basically the new Total Drama was basically all about Gen Z and like trying to like selfies and stuff. I don't know. It kind of tried too hard on that one, so that's why I said like yeah, fuck that one. So yeah, the season 1 of the reboot mid. I didn't watch season 2. I think I did watch season 2 of the reboot, but it is so forgettable that I don't even know who won that season. That one was very forgettable. Pocket 2 was okay. It was more mediocre than anything else. It was pretty mediocre. But Redonkulous Race, I think Redonkulous is kind of. I don't know if people really hate Redonkulous Race. I think Redonkulous is kind of overhated because obviously it's not Chris anymore. It's Dawn. Dawn's the host. It's not Chris. So I think it's probably many people. I'm pretty sure the old fans don't really like it because it's not Chris, right? It's someone else. Redonkulous Race. Okay, if I had to give them all a rating, reboot, I would give reboot like a 4 or 5. It's very middling. It's very mid. It's very mid season. Redonkulous Race, that's like a 6. Right? Good. It's good enough. It's passable. Whatever. Pocket 2 was 4. Yeah, Pocket 2 would be 4. Revenge. All Stars. All Stars is probably a 5 because it was okay at first, but when Mike turned into Mao, it was just like everyone's got dumbed down to basically make Mao look smart. So Yeah, no. Because the only person that had a competition with that was the only person that was like up there with Mike or Mao in terms of intellect was like Alejandro and fucking yeah, it was like Alejandro and fucking and well, I can't even say Duncan because everyone really believed him. It was like, oh yeah, it was Alejandro because he actually had the evidence and shit like that. So I would say the only person that the only person that actually was up there in terms of intelligence of Timao was Alejandro. Then as soon as Alejandro was eliminated, everyone was just stupid as fuck, right? So yeah, after Alejandro's elimination, everyone just became fucking stupid and whatever. So All Stars 5, World Tour is an 8. I really like no, it's Revenge of the Island. Revenge of the Island it's a 6. It's a 6. It's it's like it's also a middling. It's like a 5 or a 6. It's also a middling season. Um, World Tour is an 8. Action is a 7. And I would give no, Action's a 6. Yeah, Action's a 6, and then Island's a 7. So I would say the best one of all of them is World Tour. For sure. It's World Tour, then it's Island. Then, okay, so it's World Tour, Island, Action, Revenge of the Island, Redonkulous Race. No, I'll put Redonkulous Race over Revenge of the Island. So yeah, it'll be World Tour, Island, Action, Redonkulous Race, Revenge of the Island, All Stars. No, no. When I put All Stars there? No, I'll put the reboot, then All Stars, and then Pocket 2. I would say yeah, I would put that. Pocket 2 is the worst one that I've seen. But I would say the best one is definitely Tour. And then yeah.
Needed this show, as it was the only comedy on Cartoon Network that made me think I was watching something for kids older than 10. Having that extra bit of edge raunch in that one insane shot of Heather, it was my everything. A Survivor knockoff run by a sociopath? Yeah, sign me the fuck up. As the man running it should have been charged with crimes against humanity, so it was just peak comedy. But even he didn't prepare me for the utter disappointment I felt in what they did to Lashana.
Lashana, I meant every—
Not you, Dynamites, the elimination. Like, think about this. Imagine you're Lashana. You've endured weeks of televised, often quite literal torture, proven yourself a saint by not caving in Heather's perfect head, and you make it to the final 5, only to get voted off in a recap episode by a parrot, as a joke. Nothing could have saved Chris from me. Turn off the camera, this will not be televised, because this was some bullshit.
Yeah,
and
it was bullshit. Because it was essentially, yeah. So essentially it was like, oh my god, I don't have it. man. Don't freaking have the 50. You freaking break. Don't forget you still freaking owe me from you. Did not get the 95 I was supposed to get. I was supposed to get that prior to the paying for it.
This is Jan.
Okay, I'm only I can only do 30. Oh, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I did not get that 95 I was supposed to get for my credit card.
January YouTube ad revenue is now basically a myth, and my therapist isn't cheap. I might as well exhume the rage that's been fermenting in my brain for the last 20 years and release it into the wild. Because nobody, and I do mean nobody, love triangles included, got done dirtier than Lashana. Especially since she peaked. They never do this girl justice. Ever. Total Drama is basically Canadian Squid Games. It's a show about poor teenagers risking their lives for money for our entertainment.
I wouldn't say poor teenagers. I wouldn't even say that because like Dakota's pretty rich, so I wouldn't say it's poor teenagers. It's more like some of them are poor. I wouldn't say that because like Duncan's parents are not poor. They live in a pretty good house. I would say probably Ezekiel's poor, but I would say it's just teens who want money-hungry teens. That's what I would say.
An island that has to be in international waters, as none of this can be legal. There is more child endangerment here than in most anime. If this wasn't a cartoon, half the camp would be dead by day 1, and those that survive will have brain damage by day 2. Because Chris is just Satan. This isn't a game, it's barely even a show, it's a test to see exactly how much a celebrity can get away with on a private island, yet unlike the other one, these tapes were actually released, proving that a game show host can do literally anything in the early 2000s and not get cancelled for it so long as the slurs were kept in private.
Not too shabby.
Gods, lock him away.
Again, you would not believe all the stuff this show managed to get away with, both in universe and in real life. Committing to the reality TV games they were parodying, censored swears, cock and all, it committed to the bits, and it was glorious. Total Drama is not a show that
not only that, like explosions,
rewards morality, it rewards chaos, it rewards manipulation, it rewards read your rival's diary on live TV, rather being legal.
Oh my god, like jeez. Not only that, also like, explosions and all that shit. Like if it was real life, I would say like most of the, not even most, I would say all of them would have died Faker, man. Just from that fucking first challenge alone, most of them would have damn died. If I remember correctly, I think Chris like exploded one of the boats one time. So yeah, Chris, like if it was real life though, the whole cast would be dead, if not severely injured.
Allowed to exist. Season 1 was lightning in a bottle as we watched 22 teenagers engage in months of humiliation rituals for the chance to earn 100 grand, which is a stupidly low amount of money for them to be doing all of this.
Can you at least do something about him?
Especially, mind you, since there's a good chance they're playing for Canadian money, as the show is set in Canada, meaning these idiots are fighting for a measly $73K US. So it's a good thing that Canada has free healthcare, as in the States, that would barely cover dental. But in the end, that's what made Total Drama work. They picked a bunch of fame-hungry randos off the internet, well, wrote them that way, trapped them on an abandoned island with 2 psychopaths, then filmed it. It was a recipe for drama, and when there's drama, there's profit. A fun satire of all the shows that followed a similar recipe with characters that were parodies of reality TV stereotypes. Except Lashana. She was the regular kind of stereotype of the sassy black woman.
What did you say to me? Oh, no, you didn't. You have not seen anything yet. I'll show you big, baby.
Not gonna lie, the fact that it came out that Lashana's character description is, well, the sister with Tude, that is the main reason this topic was fresh in my mind when I started writing this video. As, hey, at least they're honest. I don't know to deduct or give them points for not saying sister with an A, as you just know that's what they really meant.
Yeah,
and I'm not about to be an R.
Sister with an attitude, because that's essentially Lashana. But then again, Lashana's also a nice, like she does have attitude, but she could be she could be a nice person as well. She's not like
about how this show has particularly aged, but in bad taste or not, Lashana was one of my favorite characters, as I don't care about how many bad stereotypes it played into.
Yeah, because Lashana, Lashana's smart enough not to like get manipulated by Heather. Like again, and Lashana is a nice person. Like deep down, Lashana is a nice person. Obviously, she did have some bad shit, like when she faked her crying to get the she faked her crying to get something with like a mutual friend or some shit. Then that got exposed. So yeah, obviously Lashana has her bad moments or whatever, but I think overall she is a much better character compared to the rest of them. Like Lindsay is a one note like bimbo. Like not obviously bimbo, dumb blonde. She's literally the personification of a dumb blonde. There's nothing really much to her character besides that. So, you know, Heather was basically a one note evil person until All Stars, when she fell in love with Alejandro. Or was it All Stars or was it World Tour? No, I think World Tour was more like on and off. No, World Tour is definitely more on and off, and then All Stars is when they actually got together. But I would say that I would say overall Sean's one of the better characters of the series for sure. I'll be right back. I use the bathroom, so be right back. So yeah, give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Let's do this shit.
Heather deserved all these just desserts. Lashana exists on the edge of a character. Heather deserved all these just desserts. Lashana exists on the edge of a character clearly trying to play into and not embrace the worst sides of a stereotype, but also is doing a lot of other cliches. But the parts of her that worked in season 1 really worked. Even if it was, checking the other minority. And yes, this is how someone will find out that Heather was Asian. But beef aside, Lashana was one of the best competitors in Total Drama. She chucked bitches off of cliffs, outplayed a Navy SEAL, and was one of Gwen's closest friends outside the piece of cardboard the goth was dating. Temporarily. Lashana was just solid. She didn't scheme all the time because she didn't have to. People liked her, they trusted her, she built alliances by being normal and decent, which in Total Drama is basically a superpower. She was confident without being cruel, read others like a book, managing to be emotionally intelligent in a cast full of walking red flags. Yeah, she had her temper, yes, she could be very loud and was a terrible dancer, but all those flaws aside and the kindness, when she needed to be, she could be cutthroat and didn't miss. Voting out everyone's friend Jeff, as that's what you do when someone is a threat, even if you like the dude. But when she saw someone who needed to be punished, she rallied the troops and got alleged cheaters kicked off the island. If it was all based on a lie.
Why should you care? You think I'm a cliche. Where'd you get that from? Her?
You're the devil. Where other contestants would have snapped, she didn't. When it comes to mistakes, she made basically none, except leaving Owen's fat ass alone with the food during a cooking challenge.
Yeah.
But she also locked Heather in a freezer, so it's cool. While she was never the main focus of episodes in season 1, by the end of the series, it was really hard to find anything bad to say about her. She picked her battles well, picked her friends better, and by the time she was in the final 5, no one could doubt that she hadn't earned the right to be there. She wasn't lucky like Owen, she never had haters like Duncan, she was consistently more proactive than Gwen. It really seemed like Lashana could win it all, then she got voted off as a joke.
Who would you like to vote for?
Lashana the most.
So here's how Lashana got eliminated. Not in a challenge or dramatic betrayal, but in, dare I say, what is the equivalent of production filler. A check-in with all the contestants who have been voted off, having been thrown out of hell to a luxury island resort. The kind they were promised only to get saddled with the summer camp, with us getting to see how everyone's taken their L, recapping previous events and relationships so everyone can remember the stakes and history. Then wham, Chris McClain, the man, the myth, the Jude from 16, he drops the bomb that the losers are gonna vote off the next member of the cast, where, after they recover from the shock, they all have the same thought. Heather. Because of course they would. Heather may be the most fun to watch, but she has spent the entire season speedrunning social sabotage. She's lied, manipulated, insulted, and emotionally terrorized her way through the game. The cast doesn't just dislike her, they would call 21 stab wounds an act of God, and that she had it coming. But Chris, of course, is on some bullshit. He and the other producers, they love Heather. If she ever gets an immunity idol, just safe bet that the show is trying to throw her a bone to keep her in the game longer.
Yeah.
As this
So it's so dumb because they're all gonna yeah, because that as controversial as Heather is, she would in universe she would get them ratings. So basically, with Edda first name that was gonna pop out their mouth, they're like, yeah, that's it. That's the name.
This woman is TV gold. There must be drama, and she can't help but stir the pot. So despite having this layup, the perfect opportunity to get rid of Heather once and for all, half of them just getting their revenge after they got voted off by her machinations, they failed. As Chris isn't counting votes, he is counting name drops.
Yeah.
Why are you voting her off? If you like Lashana, leave her in.
Yeah, this is how they do her. After all of Lashana's hard work near flawlessly playing the game, going into the final 5 with her best friend and easily bribable Lamb.
It's just such a dumb way of just shoehorning Lashana off the show. It's such a dumb way. I don't know how a voice actress felt when they found out about how they found out about the script, but like I'm pretty sure the more people would be like, this is fucking stupid because it is dumb.
a dude who actually respects her and a common enemy, show really said fuck her in particular. None of that mattered, she's just getting voted out for kicks. And man, did this one sting as a kid, as Total Drama is no stranger to BS eliminations. Noah got voted off despite his team technically winning the challenge. Ezekiel, out-of-pocket misogyny just so the show could save Courtney's ass. But at least you can say with a lot of the other bad eliminations, they happened to lesser competitors, or they were triggered by a character flaw that made their downfall at least satisfying.
Yeah.
Perhaps it didn't, but it would still cement the villain as being a threat that they managed to orchestrate this. But, while funny, this elimination just felt shitty. This isn't strategy, there's no irony in Lashana's downfall, it's just taking her off the board, with her face saying it all, what the fuck just happened? And the actual answer is pretty interesting. You see, one of the directors for Total Drama, Todd Kaufman, revealed on Twitter that the reason Lashana was voted off the way that she was is
So in the original outline, Lashana gives her invincibility to Gwen, thinking that she will head it off, and in the end, Gwen flops and votes Lashana off. Heather says anyone will give the invisibility away who deserves to lose. Heather wins. That sounds even more stupid. Because what would make Gwen flop? What would make Gwen flop and vote Lashana off? That sounds stupid.
isn't because she suddenly got sick and couldn't finish the show, which was a rumor that was around for reasons. It actually happened because of the budget. Turns out the original plan was to have Lashana lose in a fashion show episode, and all those outfits cost a lot of money to create and animate. And they just didn't have those funds, so they kind of just went with the recap type episode. And in the fashion show, the original plan was for her to win and give her immunity to Gwen. Probably because there was a high chance Gwen was going to get voted off, and these longtime friends would rally together to take out their mutual enemy in Heather. Except that was only what Lashana thought was going to happen. The twist was going to be that Gwen, feeling the pressure, would flip. Similar to how Lashana voted off Jeff not out of malice but recognizing that he was a threat, probably thinking that if this were to come down to a popularity contest, which was a staple of the genre, then Jeff would have won. And Gwen thinking this, that if it came down to just the two of them, Lashana probably would have won the vote. Lashana was never gonna win, but the original plan to eliminate her was for her to help Gwen, only to get stabbed in the back.
What the fuck? Betrayal! Betrayal on all sides!
Speaking for myself, I would have loved.
That even sounds stupid. Because again, what would convince Gwen to flop?
This, it's a dark but satisfying twist that leans on Gwen's insecurities that would become so much more relevant in the future. It would have given the two an actual wrinkle to their relationship versus falling back into their just default best friend, really main character and black best friend trope. It also would have made LaShawn and Heather doing their whole keep your friends close, enemy closers type situation way more interesting, as it adds fuel to the idea that Lashana might prefer her greatest enemy over Gwen. As at least with Heather, Lashana would know what she's dealing with. It would have added juicy tension that could have been used to sprout some more interesting faults and eliminations than what we got. But before we get into the aftermath, we do have to entertain the idea that this isn't the worst elimination in the show, as I'm pretty sure half the comments in this video are just gonna be actually me on who actually got done the dirtiest. Which, perfect. That's what I want. Give me that sweet, sweet engagement. It really helps the video. But you are wrong. Lashana's is the worst, but I'll give you maybe it's only the worst out of universe, aka for us watching as an audience. Nobody is done dirtier than her, as all people in the show will get kicked off for dumb or petty reasons. None of them have the hype-destroying impact this one does. This put one of the top competitors out of the game, robbing her of a chance to punt the woman who can only politely be described with a word reserved for Australians, with the BS vote having zero ramifications later. This shit is barely, if not ever, brought up again. But if I were to devil's advocate my own premise, I do think there's exactly one elimination that might be more bullshit, which is Courtney's.
Let's see how you like it when someone messes with your love life.
Chris is a walking OSHA violation. He is the biggest fictional Canadian menace to society ever created, except debatably maybe Trevor from GTA. So him making a rigged game where what counts as a vote is just people saying the player's name, and players would have multiple votes, and a fuck-ass pair can also chime in? That's crazy. and is absolutely worth suing over. However, that at least stays consistent with its own BS. Courtney, though, is objectively the worst elimination in universe. As this wasn't some demonic level of trickery, it's not Canadian Squid Game screwing over their players, this is just straight up cheating. Harold broke into the voting box, switched out the votes, and worst of all, the show knew it. He does it right in the confessional booth for the producers to see, and who then decide, okay,
That
yeah.
is, but again, that's also dumb, because why would he go into the confessional booth and do that? He could have done that anywhere. When you really think about that, that makes no sense, because if he's trying to cheat, right, why would he do it in the fucking confessional booth? Wouldn't you do that basically anywhere else on the island besides the confessional booth? Because obviously people can enter some other people can enter the confessional booth, or at least barge in there. So you telling me nobody did that shit? You telling me Chris or Chef or any of the staff members didn't know that fucking... I mean, they didn't know. But you told me that Harold did that in the confessional booth? Why didn't he do that anywhere else? That makes no sense.
We're just gonna allow this. If the voting box is...
Chris, here's the thing. It's in character for Chris to not give a shit, because Chris does not give a shit. Chris does not give a shit who gets eliminated. As long as he gives him views in the long run, he does not care. So it's in character for Chris not to care if Harold cheated or not. That's just him. Chef maybe, but even then, Chef is like I fuck with Chris, but this mostly goes too far when like actually almost kills people. But even then, it's just, again, why would Harold do it in the confessional booth? It's so stupid.
Isn't sacred, nothing is. If
But
one
even then, even in All Stars though, because even then, Chris calls out people for cheating. He did that in like All Stars and shit. So like, it just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just so dumb. It's very dumb. Like, it is all, and it's so funny. If Harold didn't do it in the confessional booth, this problem would never happen in the first place. Because Chris wouldn't know, and all other characters wouldn't know besides Harold.
person can bust in and change the votes, then anyone can. It breaks the entire game to a point that there's no coming back from. Chris can commit basically any crime under the sun, torture minors for his own amusement, but if the votes can be tampered with, then nothing else matters. What makes what the 40-pound knockoff did even worse is that he did it on camera. We can't even pretend that this was found footage from later on in the game that the producers decided to put in. He looked the audience dead in the eye and did that shit. So even if they only found out about it later, they still cut it in.
I think even Mal did it, but no, he didn't open it. He just had the papers, and then like he just like he was doing the whistling while like all the eliminations people went down. So I don't know if he had it. I don't know, because again, this happened the same thing for Mal as well in All Stars.
The episode to let the world know what really happened, and the show was going to allow it. Hence why it makes sense that Courtney would crash out after she discovered what happened.
Yeah, understandable crash out.
Doubling down on winning at all costs. But, and here's the part we have to differentiate between the world and the story as it's being written. Well, it downright ruins the game and any credibility TD as a game show can have in allowing Harold to do this. As a story, it's great. And most importantly, a reasonable twist. Duncan had been bullying the will to live out of Harold. The nerd may have been gross, leaving his underwear everywhere, but Duncan rallied all the boys, even the supposedly nicest ones on the island, and got them to start treating Harold like he was the scum of the earth. Making Harold's breaking the rules to get his get back, saying enough was enough, that Duncan may be able to make him eat his own underwear, publicly humiliate him in front of all the women, cover his bed in peanut butter just because. But after all that, Harold draws the line at his bully getting laid. So, after all that mistreatment...
Yeah, because not only that, I think, no, Lashana wasn't eliminated at that time. But, yeah, it was just like, it was kind of like the icing on top. It was like, okay, like the shot brought the camel's back. Because, yeah, you torture me, yeah, that's fine. But then, you basically get rewarded with that by getting a girl. Like, fuck that. Yeah, of course.
It makes sense that Harold would come up with a way to make Duncan suffer. Something to be said about Harold deciding to kick out Courtney instead of just going for Duncan. But while the retribution may be misplaced, you can't say Duncan didn't have this coming.
Yeah,
and
he did,
while
obviously.
Courtney was done dirty, this elimination would serve as the catalyst for Courtney's character shift for the rest of the series. She got cheated by the system, so she decided to learn how to abuse it. No more playing fair. Her new motto was me, myself, and my lawyer, catapulting her to a way bigger role in the next season. Meanwhile, Lashana, by comparison, got nothing, except skinny Tarzan over here.
Why do you call him Tarzan?
Oh, come on. You know why.
I've never seen a girl like you in real life before. You're real big and loud.
Yeah, like I alluded to earlier, the other thing that poisoned this elimination for me is that Lashana never really comes back from this. She never regains the same level of relevance, and from this point on, every single one of her eliminations is some variation of a brutal betrayal by her love interests, be it Harold, Alejandro, or the original betrayal of our expectations. Now, to be fair, I do actually like some of the ideas behind this shift. As the series goes on, contestants do get smarter, meaner, more vicious. Everyone's trying to claw back the money they feel that was stolen from them the first time, especially now that the prize pool has been bumped up to a way more respectable $723,000, assuming that's real Canadian money and not Monopoly bills painted green for the camera. But the game itself evolved, the meta changed, and in a version of Total Drama where everyone's playing dirtier, stacking alliances and treating morality like a temporary debuff, you could argue that Lashana just failed to adapt. That and the writers weren't giving her squat. Lashana, still a solid competitor, still respected and feared, but she never builds a strong enough crew to go the distance. Everyone knows she's a menace, so the second she slips up and Beth illegally checks the internet, they all turn on her, finding out that Lashana faked cried to convince her team to give her the spa weekend, where needing a vent, she talks shit about all the people she's been forced to spend time with. And honestly, she didn't tell any lies here, causing the others to turn on her, including her ex, who's still obsessed.
That happened in action. Oh, I thought that happened in Island. Oh, I guess it happened in action. Okay, guess I was wrong.
Still didn't like this elimination when I was younger, but at least with this one you can say it is an actual flaw that caused her downfall instead of a fucking parrot. And if you're expecting more to happen, World Tour. She just gets played by Alejandro. Lashana stops feeling like a contender and starts instead feeling like set dressing. And it's hard not to notice that the show is doing to her exactly what it did to Gwen, taking a fierce Season 1 competitor and slowly making sure they never reach the same heights ever again. The difference though, Gwen still got A-plot real estate. A god-awful love triangle, but storylines nonetheless. Lashana doesn't get that luxury. Instead, she drifts, then plummets from major supporting character to an increasingly irrelevant C-tier presence, where her presence entirely hinges on her proximity to more important characters. Be it Gwen's co-captain, working with Heather, Harold's crush, beefing with Duncan over him bullying Napoleon Dynamite, except this time, he has a arguably valid reason. But rarely does a show take that extra step into something actually interesting, like Lashana finding out what Harold really did, or developing her frenemy dynamic with Heather into something more meaningful. By World Tour, all of her relationships just get factory resets, so Lashana is left with nothing. No arc, no momentum, just a slow walk to an elimination you can see from a mile away. And that's why, when I look back on Total Drama as a whole, Lashana's elimination is the worst one. Yes, the cast is massive. Yes, not everyone can get the spotlight. But when you add it all up, Lashana is the one character who gets absolutely screwed and then gets nothing out of it. Plenty of characters get done dirty, but a lot at least rebound if they weren't jokes to begin with. Justin, Beth, Courtney's heel turn, they all usually get something if they got screwed over in season 1. But the season where Lashana is at her most relevant...
It was funny because in season 1, most notable, Justin was a nobody in season 1. It was only when in action when he was like, oh yeah, this man's a very manipulative, narcissistic person. Beth also didn't get nothing in season 1. She became much more fleshed out in action and all that stuff, especially like with her boyfriend and all that stuff. See, I agree with that, obviously. At least he did that, like, later on and shit. But again, and then Noah mostly got fleshed out in World Tour. So did Cody. Cody was more notable in World Tour. I mean, Cody, he appeared in World Tour. He wasn't even in the original two, so he was off the news. So it's like, yeah, we have a new toy we can play with.
Is the one where she got voted off by a bird. Who
But
voted?
no, he was in the original. If I'm correct, he wasn't really. No, he was in the original. He was trying to flirt with Gwen and shit in the originals. I guess that it was in World Tour where he became much more notable.
Twice. No payoff, no redemption or revenge, just a gag. And if you were a fan of Lashana, it sucked to watch, and in hindsight, it still sucks now. Which is why I'll always stand by this being the worst elimination in total drama history. Though I never got around to watching the newest season, so maybe they found something even worse. But I doubt it.
No. I would say no. In defense of female shorting characters.
And by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Before I begin, I must admit I was not entirely truthful with the title of this video. Not to say that this video is clickbait, I will undoubtedly be making plenty of arguments defending shonen women. But this is also secretly a Nobra slander video. A nice 2-for-1 special. Around 2020 or so, there was a birth of a brand new topic. There was an influx of discussion surrounding the overall quality of the heroines of shonen anime and manga.
Gee, I wonder why. That's awfully convenient. As soon as COVID hit, all of a sudden everyone's talking about the female characters, huh? Yeah, that was when anime was getting popular, and obviously, you know, you're gonna have the tourists and the feminists complaining about female characters in shonen, even though shonen is catered to young boys.
Specifically the women.
Like, come on, I understand that criticism, but like, it's like, obviously the girl put a lot more focus on the male characters than the girl characters, because again, it's the demographic. It's more demographic. It has the main demographic for this is shonen, right? It's young boys. So obviously they're gonna focus more on the boys than the girls. Just like for shoujo, they're gonna focus more on the girls than the boys. Again, it's a stupid criticism, but yeah, it was only started booming fucking late like 2020, as soon as all the fucking people started, as soon as anime became mainstream, after everyone started bitching about female characters.
Battle shonen, there was this growing consensus that the majority of shonen women were poorly written and underdeveloped, that only a select few characters are actually good and the rest are just garbage. Numerous videos online were popping up expressing similar grievances, and this sentiment was repeated so many times that it went from a hot take to a popular take. I personally think it's a very cancerous take. I'd even go as far as to say that I'll value your opinions of battle shonen less if you have this take. I might even say that
it's a dumb take because he had the usual characters like Sakura and yeah, it's like they have the more usual characters like Sakura and shit. I think that's really popularized the whole useless female shonen characters was Sakura. But even then, Sakura was not like useless. Poorly written, you can probably poorly written, you can probably argue that, but when it comes down to usefulness, she's pretty useful. For sure. But I dropped my AirPod cover and I don't even know where it is now. Shit, I fucking lost it.
You're kind of a dumbass for agreeing with these people. I am adamantly opposed to the notion that shonen women are terrible. And I wanted to make this video to critique the flawed arguments people often make to devalue them. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been wanting to vent out my frustrations regarding this topic since before I even started the channel. I'm not a woman, thank God, but I feel the need to refute this claim since it's so prevalent in anime discourse. To continue parroting this narrative is a disservice to the various gals with fantastic characterization, so I dedicated this entire video to protecting my anime waifus from the fiends who hate them. I'll also devote a surplus amount of runtime to mocking Nobra and her fans. Enjoy. I want to open by pointing out where this narrative really started gaining traction within the general community. From my perspective,
I would say it's Sakura. I would say it's from Naruto, particularly Sakura. That is what I would call her like the originator, or the originator female character of useless or poorly written. I would definitely say it has to start with Naruto, particularly with Sakura. I don't know where else you would start with that.
This conversation began gaining massive relevance after the release of the first season of JJK. I feel like this topic became mainstream because of the obnoxious glaze of the female cast in JJK.
Not only that, but also My Hero. My Hero also got that glaze as well, obviously to a lesser extent, but yeah, I would say JJK got glazed like that. Fucking, yeah, JJK and My Hero definitely got glazed with that notion. I don't even know where I put my bruh. I actually fucking lost it because I had it and then it flipped off my finger and it went in this area. Great, now I'm not gonna be comfortable until I fucking find it. Hold on a second. Who the hell is it? Sorry guys, give me a second. I think so. Oh yeah, well, I had these gloves. So I must start using them. I need to wash them first. Yeah, give me a second, guys. I need to look for this crap. Cause I'm not gonna be able to fucking focus it if I haven't. Plus, I need to pee again. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go pee because I have.
It was one of the nastiest cases of
I have to go pee again. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second.
recency bias I've ever seen.
Okay, I'm back now. Sorry guys, I use the bathroom. Jeez, that juice is running. That juice ran through me. So I'm gonna stick off the liquid from now on.
In my life, when JJK came out, every fucking idiot came out the woodwork to.
Bro, let's be honest here. Okay, let's see here. Let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Nearly one third of this cast is irrelevant.
Say that it had the best female cast.
No, okay, so May, relevant. So let's say here. Irrelevant. Well, I would say. Yeah, so okay, the only person that really matters. She dies in a flashback. Who cares? Which girl? Who cares? I don't think ever see her again. Is it Yuki? Is that her name? Something like that. She appeared for a bit, then died. So who really cares? Mai, who really cares? Her, she appeared in the flashback. Apparently, she thinks she's still alive. But I don't think she does anything now. Who really cares? Who cares? Mei, her, also, and then Nobara. I'll be honest here, 1/3 of this cast, not even 1/3, 2/3 of this female cast is essentially like, who cares?
Anime, not even just shonen, but anime in general. I'm not even going to entertain a statement so asinine. Opinions of people like this should not be taken seriously, and we should all have a good laugh at them. These types clearly don't watch much anime at all and are just being disingenuous. But it was because of dumbasses like these that JJK's female cast was put on a pedestal. Back then, a majority of people felt that the women of JJK were a cut above most shonen anime, that they were the ideal golden standard, and that every other female cast wasn't even half as good. But at the forefront of all of this severe glaze was the character of Nobara. Oh my god. I have never seen such mindless praise for a nothing burger character in my life. I can't tell you how much people were dick riding. No, wait. She doesn't have a dick. They were clit riding, just straight gargling down Nobara's vaginal juices. They were saying this on Shitter, they were saying this on TikTok, they were saying this in YouTube videos, they were saying this in anime articles, they were saying this shit in Mal reviews. We were reaching critical levels of glaze never seen before. I can't tell you how livid I would get seeing this online.
Yeah, because,
I was blown.
Because Nobara is a very mid character. And just like you're propping up somebody who is pretty much a nobody. Nobara didn't really do much. She made an introduction. She had a little backstory. Actually, not even a little backstory, because from what we know, sure, she came from the country. We don't know what it was like in the country, right? We don't know what it's like for her. We don't know what it was like for her in the country. Although she had a friend, who never appears again, who never appeared at all. So that was a waste of time. So she did. She had a little moment, season 1. Yeah, I'm going by seasons because I watched like season 1. Well, I watched season 1, first half of season 2, then I read the manga from there. But yeah, season 1, she was there. You know, basic introduction. She was there. You know, she got basic fleshing out what she likes to do, whatever. And then season 2 is when the fucking is when the Shibuya incident happened, and she died and became irrelevant until the end when she came back alive, which was stupid. So yeah, Nobara is such a mid character. I don't understand how does she get so many praise.
Blowing steam out my ears like I was in Tom and Jerry. I was so mad because people would hype her character up for the stupidest reasons. They'd put down actual great female characters just to prop up this lame as some queen. I want to focus on Nobara specifically because she highlights how absurd people's criteria are for a good female character. People only like her because she falls under this arbitrary checklist of approved characteristics to have. Nobara is praised for what she isn't rather than what she is. All the glaze surrounding her revolves around how she's not like other girls. People will overgeneralize every other female hero just to make Nobara seem like she stands out.
Yeah, like, oh, like she's not like heavy for fan service and all that bullshit. I remember that shit.
Going to go over the most common
she doesn't have any fan service. She's on par with Yuji and Megumi, which is not fucking true. I don't know what people even said that shit. I remember some people said that shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's nowhere on Yuji's or fucking Megumi's level, especially later on the fucking manga. Hell no. And then yeah, she gets praised for what she isn't than what she is. For sure. That's definitely what it is. Oh, Nobo's not useless like Sakura. I'm sorry. Sakura is a very good healer. At least she has some use to her. Nobara does not. Okay? Because in order for her thing to be effective, she has to hit you with a nail. Which is like, yeah.
Points supporting her character, and I'll prove how there are other female characters that do the same, if not better. Number 1, she's just as strong as the male character.
No, that's another one. No, she's not. She's not as strong as you. Yuji would smack her. Megumi would smack her. Gojo would definitely smack her. Yuta would smack her. No. Sakura would smack her. Kenjaku would smack her. I would even say probably even Jogo. Okay? She's no. It's just no. Chozo would smack her. I don't know.
People treat Nobara as some unique badass for flexing on fodder. Just because she had one cool fight, she doesn't become some mythical legend. I saw some people say, oh, we finally get a female character that's just as strong as the guys. JJK fans, when you tell them to watch their second and
yeah, Soul Eater, yes. Chainsaw Man, yes. Claymore, yes. Monaka Box, I never watched it. Hell's Paradise, you can argue that too. But I do agree with Soul Eater. Definitely Soul Eater, yeah. Soul Eater, Chainsaw Man, Claymore, yes. Like, come on. Come on, bro.
Anime, certain people have this weird habit where if they haven't seen a character do something before, they'll pretend like that character is revolutionary. You wouldn't have to look too deep at all to find a female character that can fight. Fucking Fairy Tail has women.
Fairy Tail has strong ass female characters. Lucy, Lucy, Urza, Juva is pretty strong when you really think about it, obviously, but it's because of her. I forgot what Urza's mom name. She's fucking strong. Like Kana's pretty. Not I don't want to say Kana's strong per se, but she has very good abilities. The time freezing chick. I forgot her name. Demetria or something like that. She's fucking strong. She can freeze. She's a god slayer and shit. And then you have the wind god slayer. Wendy's strong. Lucy's hacks galore. Like, come on, bro.
Who fought on the same level as the guys.
Mira Jane is also strong. I don't know about Lazana, but I know Mira Jane's also fucking strong because she has demon takeover. So she's on the whole fucking other level.
Fairy Tail's not even good. I don't even know why people applaud Nobara for this shit when she doesn't even fight on the same level as everyone else. If you compare her accomplishments to most other major characters in the series, she just doesn't match up. She's nowhere near as powerful or useful as her contemporaries. And there are times where she's getting her ass handed to by the dumbest opponents. Like her ass was struggling against Haruta. Fucking Haruta. What? This is who people were trying to gas up as revolutionary? Look at her! Why was anyone hyping her up when there are a bunch of women from
Rukia or Hime, Yorichi, Vangiku? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. That's how you know. When you're gassing up JJK for female characters and how strong they are, you have not watched a lot of anime. You can even go baseline anime. You can even go with the most mainstream shit, and that'll prove you wrong. One Piece has strong female characters like Big Mom. Boa is pretty strong when you think about it. Yeah, Big Mom, Boa, Yamato. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. It's oh my goodness, man. It is very fucking dumb when people do that shit, bro.
Other series that perform better than her. Literal gag characters like Aurelie have more impressive fights than Nobra. I don't know why people sit here and pretend
Yeah, and
Battle Shonen.
oh yeah, Dragon Ball. You have Koifa, Kale. I wouldn't say Videl. I wouldn't say Videl is strong. I wouldn't say Videl is strong.
Heroines are all helpless damsels. When they're
Bulma is very smart. Literally, Bulma is like one of the most important members of the fucking series. Got a lot of shit wouldn't have happened without her, with a time machine and all that shit. So Bulma is very important.
plenty of them that are capable on their own. Number 2, she doesn't want Yuji's penis. A frequent praise for Nobra is how she isn't a love interest for Yuji. They'll comment about how refreshing it is to see a heroine not.
Rukia is not a love interest for Ichigo, because obviously they didn't get together. It was fucking Orihime and Ichigo, which is like, okay. But yeah, Rukia is not a love interest. Like, again, it's such dumb arguments, man. It's such dumb arguments.
Be head over heels for the protagonist. Once again, this is not a character trait unique to Nobra. Not falling in love with the MC isn't some secret Steam achievement when there are other characters who also don't. Neither Nami or Robin has any interest in Luffy's rubber rod. Rukia has no romantic interest in Ichigo in the slightest. Instead, she decided to marry a massive bum.
It should have. That's funny. That's so funny. Yeah, Renji and Rukia. It's like whatever. It's very whatever.
And that's not to mention characters like Jolene, who are the protagonists of their own series. I don't know why people portray
Jolene, Killer. I forgot. Isn't it? I forgot what her name is from Kill la Kill. But you have her. Again, it's dumb. It's dumb, bro.
Bruh, as this 1 in a million character for this shit. And besides, being a love interest for the MC doesn't automatically ruin the quality of someone's character. Where did this notion that
yeah, like Noelle loves Asta, but that doesn't ruin the quality of the character. Actually, it really depends. It really depends, because the Sakura loving Sasuke, that ruins a lot of Sakura's character. So that one really depends. But yeah, being a love interest is not inherently detrimental to a character. That's how I would say. Like Ochako, it's not inherently detrimental to her that she likes Deku. Like that's what I would say. Being a love interest is not inherently detrimental. It can be, depending on how it's executed, but it's not inherently detrimental.
Love interests are inherently inferior characters come from.
Oh yeah, he's okay. He said inherently inferior. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Being in love with someone does not elevate or degrade a character. It all depends on execution. There are women who have romantic interest in the MC and are still meaningful. Momo is going to play with Okuran's balls and she still has fantastic moments. Noelle wants to bounce on Asta.
Like I said, Noelle.
Broadsword.
And I forgot about Momo. Nah, is his name Momo? Yeah, his name Momo. Momo ISA.
Still more interesting and plot relevant than Nobra. Suki would love for some of Gintoki's silver soul, and she's still one of the most reliable and endearing characters in the show. Alright, I ran out of penis innuendos there, but you get the point. As long as you're fleshed out and have a purpose within the story, it doesn't matter if you're in love or not. Number 3. She's not useless like Sakura. A huge
I hate
chunk
that
of
one too. Again, Sakura was like the progenitor character of what makes bad female characters. Sakura is not okay. Sakura is definitely overhated, but the infatuation with Sasuke, that's that one you can get mad about for sure. That one you can really get pissed about for sure, because that was stupid. That was dumb. All the shit that Sasuke did, and she still took him. I'm like, come on, bro. Man almost destroyed your village, and man almost fucking destroyed your village and killed your family, but yeah, you're gonna still be on him. I'm just like, yeah, that I could definitely understand. But Sakura is not useless. Sakura is not useless. She is stronger than like 95% of the shinobi world, hands down. And then I was thinking 95 to like 97%. Like, in order to be her, you either gotta be like you gotta have some type of hacks, like some like some Jinchuriki or Susanoo or some shit, or you just have to be very up there in terms of strength, like some like Jiraiya or some shit. Besides that, you're not beating Sakura. I would like, like I wouldn't say Rock Lee could beat Sakura, especially for very good healing.
The glaze I see for Nobara stems from the simple fact that she's not Sakura. As I explained before, there are plenty of women in shonen who aren't useless, so I'm just gonna focus on these two for a bit. I have never seen so much conversation around a character center on them not being a character from another series. You can literally go to the comment section of any popular Nobara clip on YouTube and I will guarantee you someone will bring up Sakura. It is practically impossible to talk about shonen female characters without.
Yeah, I would say that Sakura's one of the most overhated. She's definitely one of the most overhated characters in all of anime. But again, she's the thing. Sakura is an okay character, but it's just the Sasuke stuff. The Sasuke stuff really makes her terrible. Besides that, she's an okay character.
Mentioning Sakura, I myself had to make an entire section about her because she's always the point of comparison. I feel like people only bring her up because Nobara has vague similarities to her that trigger people's Sakura PTSD. People see a 2-guy, 1-girl trio and start having Vietnam flashbacks to the Sakura confession scene. With this much unresolved trauma, you would think Sakura was skinning these people's families. People will allow Nobara to get away with being a lackluster character with goofy writing choices.
The fire alarm shit's not from me, it's from the video. Okay, guys. Because where I sleep is not. My fire alarm's upstairs. So, yeah, you're not gonna hear that shit from me. And again, we put baddies in our shit, so.
Just because Sakura is some benchmark. Wow, she's so awesome because she's not like Sakura. She's like Sakura, but better. At least she's not Sakura. Well, at least Sakura was in her own series. Someone who is a part of the main trio, who's in all that.
You cannot deny that Sakura was a more prominent character in her universe than Nobara was in her universe. Let's be honest here.
Advertising and who was chosen to be in Fortnite is not even there for the second half of the series. Not even Sakura was subjected to this level of negligence. You could realistically make the argument that Sakura had gotten more stuff done than Nobara ever did. And I feel like people...
That is true. She got a lot more stuff done. Again, she cut her hair to beat the Sound Ninja. She helped patch up Naruto. She got trained by Tsunade. She and Chiyo beat Sasori. So let's notch that one on the belt. She did a lot more stuff than Nobara ever did in her series. And I would argue that Sakura is much more useful because she is one of the best healers. She got trained by Tsunade, who is also one of the best healers. So she's one of the best healers in the series. You cannot deny that.
Are afraid to make said argument because of the sheer amount of vitriol for Sakura. I don't even think Sakura is a good character, but she had gotten completely hoed. There was someone at Studio Period that specifically had it out for her. They exaggerated some of her worst qualities and just added stuff that just wasn't in the manga into the anime. Regardless of how you feel about her, you have to acknowledge that it's completely unfair to her reputation. I feel like this stigma surrounding her has made people unable to move on from her. People will talk about their trauma from Sakura like she's an abusive ex-girlfriend. It gets to a point where it becomes an obsession. Naruto ended in the year 2014. He hid for 50 years. Sakura should not be living in your head rent-free every time there's a female character on screen. I get that she can be fairly annoying and corny sometimes, but like, she's not Hitler. She didn't gas the 6 million Uchiha. My apologies. I meant 6 billion, my mistake. There's no point in using Sakura as a metric. There were better characters out there then, there were better characters out now, and there will be better characters in the future. Number 4, she's not sexualized for fan service. People get really fucking gay about this one. Listening to people talk about fan service makes me feel like I'm being IV injected with gallons of Soylent. Why do people act as though some tits and ass make a character inherently worse? People will see some huge honkers on a broad and immediately take them less seriously.
Yeah, that's how you know. You never, after you know these guys will never watch an ecchi. These guys, let's be honest, man. Ecchi, no one. That's why you know that ecchi. Because you know, you don't know a whole subgenre fucking exists, bro. So, if they hate that, I can imagine how they feel about ecchi anime. Oh my goodness, they would freak the fuck out, bro. They'll probably go to contact the studio and want it canceled.
As if a hot woman on screen is supposed to be viewed as something embarrassing or repulsive. And in some cases, people will have like a very irrational anger towards anything sexual. I don't know why people see a cast that isn't overtly sexy as a positive when it doesn't mean anything. Like nothing about that adds value to their character. It's their actions, their personality, their motivations that truly give them depth and believable appeal. And as long as those characters have that, it doesn't matter if they're milkers are out. Brilliant character writing and voluptuous curves aren't mutually exclusive. There are eroges where the whole goal of the game is to dick women down that have better written female characters than Nobara. I just can't take you seriously if some ecchi elements are enough to dissuade you from liking a female character. Honestly, I view you as a bit of a dork. Oh, this character has a compelling character arc, but I can see her boobies, and boobies are bad.
You are gay. The sooner you realize that, the better.
Basing how well written a character is on their outward appearance is one of the most shallow ways to interpret a character. What a character looks like rarely has anything to do with how they're developed within the story. Does Nami's fat, fucking juicy, creamy tits invalidate all her suffering and trauma she endured under Arlong? Does Robin's fat, bouncy, plump solo leveling take away from the growth she experienced in Annie's lobby? No! In the same way a person being chopped doesn't ruin their character, a person being sexy doesn't ruin their character. As much as I shit on Fairy Tail for laughs, at least they had a meaningful female cast with character arcs. That's not something I can say with Nobara. And it's still absurd how
That's true. They did have character arcs. We've released a lot of the characters. Juvia, Lucy had a good one too with her father and shit. That was a good character arc. Yeah, Lucy, Oza, Wendy. No, I would say the main Kana, she had a character arc, but she was like whatever. But like, yeah, at least Kiramashi like tried to put the effort in and gave them character arcs. Nobara literally got nothing. Legitimately got nothing. She literally, you got introduced to her, she gets a little bit of fleshing out and get to know her personality a little bit and how she fights, and then her tiny bit, you get a sprinkle of backstory because she mentions where she came from, and then after that it's like it's nothing, and she dies and she becomes irrelevant until she comes back she comes back live at the end. It's no point.
Much recognition she received because of this insignificant points I've laid out. I know I'm the biggest asshole for this, but I have a confession to make. I was genuinely delighted when I was reading that scene where she dies. I was smoking that fucking Nobara pack. I was throwing house parties at the crib to celebrate because I knew the hype train was coming to a complete halt. Nobara stocks were down 1 million. God had somehow heard all of my prayers and smitten this bum from the heavens. Now I no longer had to hear.
Is my mic on? Yeah, but then don't forget, as soon as Nobara died, it just went to Maki. Because as soon as Nobara died, all that hype is transferred onto Maki.
Any more nonsense from people who don't know what they're talking about. But like any other poorly thought out character, she gets this last minute flashback that tries to tug at your heartstrings. Nobara has this super sad backstory. In elementary school, she would play Smash Bros with her friend, and she would meet another friend named Sasori. But the people of their village hated Sasori to the point where she was ostracized out of their small town. So one day, Nobra finally left the constraints of the town so she can finally head back to Buford. Buford, you listening? Did Gege come up with this shit on the spot? What aspect of any of this was relevant to the overall story? Why does she get this snooze fest when other characters have their lore tied to the broader conflict? Yuji is the vessel for the main antagonist. Megami is a descendant of a major clan.
Not only that, Yuji is also the descendant of Kenjaku, because when Yuji's mom was pregnant with was it while she pregnant or for before she was pregnant? But anyways, the point is that her body, Yuji's mom's body was taken over by Kenjaku, and then she gave birth to Yuji, making him a cursed spirit, half cursed spirit. So Yuji's birth is linked to a character. Sayori had nothing to do with what was going on at all. If I remember correctly, because again, it's been years since I read Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't think you ever see Sayori in the present time ever. So it's like, what's the fucking point?
And Nobra is some broad from the boonies? What does that have to do with anything? Why is she so disconnected from the narrative? I feel like the main reason why Nobra was chosen to get shafted wasn't really for some greater purpose, but because she was expendable. It was an easy way to get an emotional moment without losing someone too valuable to the plot. But Gege wanted to have his cake and eat it too. I feel like I shouldn't bring this up, but I have to go on a tangent about that moment. I'm about to head into some major JJK manga spoilers.
I don't care, because then I know what's gonna happen. Before the ending, they brought her back to life, and she has the eye patch and shit. I'm just like, I don't care, because we barely know who the fuck you are.
So skip to this timestamp if you're an anime only.
I'm not.
If you have read the ending of JJK, you would already know what I'm going to talk about. Gege had written himself into a corner and needed a logical and satisfying way to defeat Sukuna. But instead of doing that, he reveals this bullshit plot twist where Nobara shows up right at the perfect time. Her ass was fucking hibernating for the latter half of the franchise, and she pulls up at the most convenient time frame. She acts as this deus ex machina that turns the tables within the final few chapters. I haven't seen a twist this cheap in years. Never in my life have I seen a character just dream in the background for years and then show up only because the plot needed them to. And there are real life people out there who will try to convince you that this walking plot device is one of the best female characters out there. Right now, I can think of many more amazing female characters in shonen that are all better than Nobara. Jolene, Maka, Ruki, Nami, Power, Claire, Momo, Sagiri, Yor, and my personal favorite of all time, Kagura. I have to admit, I lied to you again. This is also secretly a Kagura Glaze video. Kagura, also known as Gura-san, aka China Girl, aka the best to ever do it, is a beloved
social credit. That fucking Chinese
character from the series Gintama.
I can't. We all know you're a big fan because you use a character from Gintama. You get to talk about Kagura the whole time. I haven't watched Gintama, so I don't even know.
I know my bias is showing. Shut up. She's this powerful alien from outer space that's also Chinese. I have no clue why she's Chinese. Sorachi probably thought it was funny, and it kind of is. She's this absolute menace with a troublemaking attitude, so at times she can be a bit of a little shit, but despite that, she's still cute and endearing. She radiates a natural charisma with her eccentric and outspoken mannerisms. Behind her crude and vulgar exterior, she's a sweet kid with a heart of gold. She carries some of my favorite emotional moments within the entire series. She will always swear allegiance to the people by her side and use her monstrous strength to serve them. She may seem like she's mighty enough to handle everything on her own, but beneath the surface she's quite vulnerable. She is torn internally about her heritage as a member of the Yato clan, a beastly alien race, sometimes struggling to suppress her killer and bloodthirsty nature that is inherent to her kind. She has this deep and complicated history with her relatives, stemming from several family tragedies, but she's able to move on thanks to her newfound family with Gintoki and Four Eyes. I mean Shinpachi. She has this wholesome father-daughter bond with Gintoki, with him acting as the parental figure she always needed, and Shinpachi becoming the brother she can tease and bicker with. She has excellent chemistry with the members of the Yorozuya, which only elevates her character, and numerous other great dynamics like her fun rivalry with a certain handsome young sadist. I could go deeper into why I love her so much, but I would be heading into spoiler territory. I'll leave that for the inevitable Gintama review. But Kagura and many others prove that shonen girls can be great. People all of a sudden become blind and purposely ignore good characters like Kagura.
Yeah, because again, they're trying to dick ride and get views, bro. That's why. It's either that they don't watch a lot of anime, or they're really trying to be disingenuous. And if that's the case, then that's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Tom X Marco. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Ah! Lashana! No!
This is some
bullshit.
Imagine a love triangle so bad that the audience started shipping the two guys together out of spite. I know that sounds fake, but somehow Star versus the Forces of Evil managed to pull it off. And to be fair, this wasn't one of those Tumblr woke up one day and chose chaos situations. The show was feeding into it. Star vs. the Force of Evil is the Game of Thrones of cartoons, which is to say, it's pretty good, deeply messy, and the only thing anyone ever talks about is the finale, which was terrible, both in quality and for my liver, because they dropped the same day.
Now what did you want?
Star vs., being blunt, is a textbook example of a show being pretty good, only to watch it get completely gassed and horror. It doesn't feel like they expected this far. I do believe that the show was planned to have 4 seasons, but if you told me it had the last renewal, I believe it. Besides the future twin being left unended, the story was being wrapped. Conrad made a pretty good finale. Dare say is better for your which makes everything that followed hard. And nowhere is that exhaustion more obvious than the romantic subplots. After 2 seasons of build-up, Marco's PG friends with Bennett just ended off screen between episodes, which is such an insane L. Even worse, Marco felt bad for those, as the writers took our shit and killed with Marco's matter. Once we had messy love called all the background to beef together.
Yeah, and that can lead to a lot more problems if the dimensions are fused together. And again, yeah, that can lead to a lot of fucking problems. And again, like that's the problem, man. I hate when you have to put like relations, like you have to make the two guys lean characters get together. I'm like, you guys don't have to fucking do that, bro. Just let them be friends and that's it, man. Like you don't have to be romantically involved with each other.
And untold horrors being released onto the world. But don't worry about that, the teenagers are happy. Star vs. has always gotten side-eye for not thinking through the implications of some of its writing choices, like how they casually made Marco a 30-year-old man trapped in a teenager's body who dates children.
How do you do, fellow kids?
The fact that they both have red hoodies somehow makes this more accurate, but it really says something that the grand emotional climax of the series, Star and Marco finally getting together, ends up becoming one of the most maligned aspects.
Yeah, because it's kind of wasted now, because it's like, that part kind of wastes. Is like, yeah, you're a 30-year-old man into like a 15-year-old body. You don't feel any like discomfort from like dating Star, or like any like a problem in mental gap, because like obviously you're 30, you're in the mind of a full adult, she's in the mind of a teenager, so like your thoughts and priorities are not gonna be the exact same. It's just like so you're not gonna feel like any like sort of like, oh, she's too immature or whatever, like
aspects of the entire show, which goes a long way in explaining why, as the series went on, the fandom became increasingly interested in Marco and Star dating literally anyone else. And the most popular option? The demon ex-boyfriend, Tom, for both of them.
Hey, Star.
I've already made videos about how Starverse completely fumbled its ships, but in the interest of starting a holiday tradition I've already failed to maintain, I want to take a closer look at Marco and Tom's relationship, how they met, how they developed a bond that ended up being way more compelling than anything Star and Marco had going on, and how while some ships happen at basically this one was a gift right now, because every time Tom starts together, the story is actually about Marco. He's like, so Marco is with everyone, and I'm talking about the people who don't know Starverse is, it's a story of one girl had ADHD and influences. So, she on her 14th birthday started realizing a Mecha Wong immediately being foreshadowed family by disowning them. This results in her parents love and care by making her someone else's down here on Earth. She's a DH and Marco. It become best for things of Sheffield being up oppressed to trust you had when they use the boundaries and occasionally go to school, and overall it was a really good time. I give credit for anything is Disney's dark transitioning from episodic third to a serialized story. Gravity Falls notwithstanding at its peak, for this it is rather than doing wacky nonsense and slowly recontextualizing it into something much darker. I also will say as a relation when it was a one-size her people land is not increased. Essentially survivors as monsters. These are genuinely complex ideas for a show, and while Starverse did pretty good handling, promise later when the show had to suddenly build on them, and they landed on the absolute capture of bad. After 4 seasons of demonstrating failure, this is in place for the real source of harm. Anyway, for some of them. That's why the show occasionally drinks from Native Cliff. There's one character who is consistently good from beginning to end.
The way that fucking that chick got beat, I think she got beat by a horse. Like a fucking horse, a random horse came out of nowhere and beat the shit out of her and defeated her. Because you couldn't think of any way to actually properly beat her.
Tom Lucitor, the evil ex-boyfriend who learns how to not be an asshole.
You better run. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no. Oh.
The creator of Starverse has joked that Tom was inspired by all of her previous ex-demon boyfriends, which a demonic child needed to grow past. In the process, the audience learned to empathize with him. Confront us with the fact that, yeah, we kind of assumed the worst about this kid. Though to be fair, we had absolutely good reasons to, but he just wasn't a villain.
Oh.
We actually first meet Tom in the second episode of the show. Star tries to ask Magical Siri for help, immediately regrets it, as she accidentally called Tom instead of her mom. And in doing so, Tom proves all of his future haters right, as he goes from surprised and excited to hear from her to screaming at her not to hang up, which makes our first impression of Tom refreshingly clear.
He's an asshole.
Now, some performatively patient individuals might suggest that we just jump to conclusions based on a single interaction, but that would require ignoring the context that this is a kid's show on Disney. The idea that an ex-boyfriend in a Disney cartoon might be a normal person is about as likely as a cartoon stepmom not being evil. Yes, it's a stereotype, but coming from this company, the alternative functionally does not exist. Though allegedly it does in some show that I haven't watched. So, when we see a demon blow up at his for not listening to him, it's a pretty safe bet that the kid is gonna be a villain, and that he was the problem in the relationship. And Starverse confidently steps forward and says, yeah, on both accounts. Now here's where Tom's writing actually gets interesting. Tom is an asshole. Marco is completely justified in assuming, based on Tom's everything, that he isn't nearly as nice as he's pretending to be. Tom claims he's changed, shows up at Star School, and invites her to the Blood Moon Ball, only for us to later find out that this was a borderline nefarious scheme to win her back. because he planned to use the blood moon to bind their souls together, which is not healthy, but it is worse that even after he became friends with them, he doesn't bring this up till it starts becoming a problem. But what makes Tom's writing work is that it manages to make two things true at once. Tom was wrong, and Tom is trying to change. The demon is an asshole pretending he speedran therapy to trick Star into taking him back, and he is genuinely trying to change. Those two things coexist. His first big hurdle is realizing he's not in Gravity Falls. He can't use magic to force teenagers to fall in love and stay like that. Tom can't force Star to love him. Just like how he can't improve himself for the...
I remember that episode when like Dipper, he made, I don't know if he made it or found it, but he found some like thing that make like someone, people magically fall in love. He was trying to get Wayne to magically fall in love with him, but it landed on Robbie and the other chick, the purple hair chick, I forgot her name, but she's basically one of the, she's basically in Robbie's friend group. So like they ate these fries and they got together and shit. And then Mabel's like, oh shit, no, it's not. I think it was Mabel. I think it was Mabel who did it, and she wanted to fix it, but then like Cupid's like, nah, let it be. I'm like, okay, so he's gonna let it. He's not gonna fix the problem that you guys created. Two people just forcibly falling in love with each other. You're not gonna fix that? Okay.
Sole purpose of getting his ex back. What Tom is practicing is a very shallow version of moral desserts. He's trying to be better, not because he wants to be, but because he wants the reward that he thinks will come with it. We see this immediately with the Blood Moon, where despite successfully getting Star to go with him, Tom is an aggro mess the entire night. He is tweaking because he cannot control everything. He alters the traditions of the dance not to make them less ghoulish for his own sake, but to make them more appealing to Star. He gets mad when she doesn't wear the hairpin he picked out for her, and then he leaves the dance entirely to switch the music back to the song that they heard the first time they met. Tom is not focused on the person he's with, he's focused on forcing the moment to match the version he created in his head. And this is one of the earliest points of contrast between him and, well, Marco. Tom wants everything to fit a specific mold. Marco is content to just ride the waves that is Star, which is why she prefers Marco. Meanwhile, Tom is losing his mind because someone else is dancing with the girl he is very much not dating.
That dance was meant for me!
Look, I'm not saying Tom was going to murder Marco here, but I'm also not ruling out that possibility. He's a three-eyed, lavender-skinned powder keg with a lighter taped on top. We never actually see Tom before Star broke up with him, but odds are all these problems were probably already there. We are seeing him at his continual lowest points, and then we see him learn to not be this. And thankfully, the show moves on to him learning the lesson pretty quickly, because Tom's next plan does legitimately break Star's will to live.
Whoa. Oh, hey, Marco.
Tom hires a guy to infiltrate Star's school, pose as a guidance counselor, and spy on her. The goal is to convince Star that she should start focusing on becoming a queen, and that would require her to find a king. And he's also having this grown-ass man fish for details about her relationship with Marco. Because it's not enough that she's rejected him, Tom also convinced himself that this must be about another guy. And of course it's Marco. And while that may end up being true, the situation at this moment is one that Tom has completely made up in his own head. And this is where we get to see the real reason Tom and Marco had so much momentum as a ship. Yes, every fandom is going to produce just one gay couple. That's just the rules, since every fandom lives in the house that the early Alphabet Mafia built, with Trekkies. But what really sells this one is that all of Tom's early episodes has Tom and Marco's dynamic be more interesting than Tom trying to just get Star back. At the dance, Tom ignores Star and gets mad at her. In school, he manipulates her with a proxy. In both cases, he is just being shitty. But Star is so thoroughly over him that none of it actually works. Which means all the animosity, all the tension, all the potential enemies to lovers fanfic fuel gets redirected to Marco.
I knew you weren't a guidance counselor. Ah!
From Tom's perspective, Marco is the one who ruined the Blood Moon Ball, and when Tom tries to manipulate Star again, it's Marco who figures out what's going on, rage baiting the devil into outing himself. Marco does get taken hostage, and it's Marco who somehow managed to talk Tom out of his own dumbass plan, mainly by pointing out how he's actually hurting Star more than anything else. And for the first time, Tom realizes his plan is going somewhere he didn't predict. and that there are actual consequences now for someone he does genuinely care about, unlike the boy who he is trying to kill. Now again, Marco and Tom are already going to get a rivalry romance thing just on these interactions alone. The fact that Tom seemingly had a genuine hatred for Marco, but is also weirdly willing to listen to him, it's basically fanfic fertilizer. But what I like about the can story is that it all builds up Tom to be misguided rather than being just a prick. He wants his girl back, but after 2 failed attempts, Tom just drops the plan entirely. Comes clean, he apologizes, and he gets punched for it as he deserves. And he just actually commits to getting his life together. He ramps up his anger management sessions, and we see him just drop off the face of the earth, and when he does return, it naturally leads us right back to Marco and Tom.
Actually, I was wondering if we could hang out. I meant with Marco.
Huh?
Because of course it does, even though he is lying.
All he had to do was spend 3 hours alone with the person he hated the most.
Tom didn't reach out because he healed, he's doing it so he can graduate anger management by spending a required amount of time with the person he hates the most. That one probably stings, but buried beneath all the lies and the false hope this episode may have gave 12-year-olds everywhere, the outcome is actually pretty optimistic. Despite faking interest in Marco's favorite movies, despite lying through his teeth about what's going on, the two end up genuinely bonding. They realize they have way more in common than just being collateral damage to Star Butterfly's everything. They're both massive fans of an NSYNC knockoff, which makes Marco feel betrayed when he finds out that Tom still has been pulling underhanded bullshits. Marco rage quits the hangout, and Tom, trying to save the friendship he didn't realize he wanted, does, and I swear I'm not making this up, sings him a duet.
Nothing could tear us apart. Little too late.
Honestly, fair. From Marco's perspective, Tom is a demon stuck in a moral seesaw. He does something bad, learns his lesson, then unlearns it 20 minutes later. The speeches have worn thin, his actions have spoken, which leaves Tom with only one remaining option.
A good old-fashioned bribe.
Tom resurrects Marco's idol, and somehow this is enough to make them friends. Because, you know, team boys, and they'll still try to deny it.
Still don't like you, Tom.
I still don't like you too, Marco.
After this, Tom disappears, until it's maximally inconvenient for the plot to bring him back. But to summarize both the shipping and the actual writing situation, Tom starts as someone we expect to hate, becomes someone who is clearly more misguided than malicious, tries and fails to unlearn his worst tendencies, developing a jealousy-fueled grudge, and then, over time, becomes a genuine friend. Not to get Star back, but because he actually cares and is concerned about the feelings of others. And this is the key thing. Tom's original goal is Star, but he consistently ends up interacting with Marco more. Marco, who I think is still a teenager at this time, becomes the grounding force, the reality check, the person who actually calls the Prince of basically hell on his bullshit. I wouldn't call it full-on shipping fuel outside of the duets, which is objectively goofy and adorable, but the story lays just enough groundwork for fans to take the ball and sprint with it. Add depth to the friendship, layer on the romantic tension. This world is the fandom's oyster, and the weird part? This dynamic is left hanging a suspiciously long time. Tom's just kind of not around, the other characters deal with much bigger lizard-like things, with him only popping up really to say, oh yeah, sorry Marco, I put a curse on you that only activated when you try to confess to a different girl. But despite that focus, despite all this development, the show eventually reminded us that yes, Tom used to date Star. And it has them get back together.
You two have got to be kidding me.
Now, I'm not the biggest fan of drawn-out, agonizing will they, won't they romances. They're great for building investment until they're not. There's always going to be a tipping point for these things about where anticipation just turns and melts, actually just rots, into frustration. But for me, Starco soured the second Star and Tom got back together, because it became painfully, obviously clear that Tom and Star weren't in a relationship. They were in a delay tactic, a narrative speed bump designed to keep Marco and Star apart for longer, and in this case, till the end of the series. At this point, Marco is dating Jackie, and that relationship that he has spent seasons working towards episodes lasts until the exact second after Tom and Star become a couple. Star is taken off the board, and we are sentenced to 2 full seasons of waiting while the show keeps trying to stir the pot in increasingly artificial ways, like having Star and Marco cheat, not because of feelings, not because of character growth, but because of a creepy goblin locking them in a photo booth and refusing to let them out until they smooch. Where despite not knowing them, he just decided that this is what they needed. This happens while Star is dating Tom, which creates a secret between all 3 of them, and one that is complicated by the fact that Star had previously said that she was in love with Marco. And it's just weird, awful even. It really fucks up the group dynamic we had between Star and Marco before this, and I said it once and I'll say it again. Early them, they felt like partners in crime. After season 2, it starts to feel like they're doing a crime. And the fallout from like all this drama is only ever okay, polite, but not especially engaging. Marco does confess to Tom what happened, but he takes it as a lie, only to later learn, oh, he was actually telling the truth.
I really did kiss Star. Oh, well, it's too late now.
And it's just, it just feels like they're milking the drama for all it's worth, and none of it is really hitting. Because outside of like individual episodes, it never feels like we are really progressing the characters in a meaningful way through it. Especially since if the show had said, fuck it, they're poly, I think most people would have shrugged and gone, yeah, sounds about right. Star would absolutely have hoes. But instead, everything is left in this weird limbo where nothing feels good. Tom and Star are dating, Marco, who is clearly still in love with Star, is now living with her, and they're hanging out every day, going on adventures together while Star is trying to resolve racism. Meanwhile, Tom only pops up occasionally, making him feel like a guest star in his own girlfriend's life. Oh, and Marco is also kind of seeing a different girl during most of this, and I'm not anti-girls can have platonic male best friends, but when one of them is obviously in love with her, and she openly declared her love for him, and they were literally forced a kiss by Alex Hirsch, it starts to beg the question, what the fuck are we even doing here? When are we gonna acknowledge the multiple elephants in the room, and how long are we gonna keep pretending that Tom isn't the third wheel? As we all know who Endgame is anyway, which makes all the development we get between Star and Tom to feel hollow. It's canon that Tom initially is apathetic to Star's crusade to dismantle systemic racism. He does learn to care though, but he's never invested in the day-to-day struggles the way Marco is, who, even on the account of how he treats Star, Marco is saying he's being a bad boyfriend. And all these ideas of Tom learning to like be a little bit better in different ways is okay, the relationship is so clearly doomed it's basically cruel. And despite then learning about the whole kissing situation, they inexplicably stayed together for another season.
Sorry, you're right, Tom. You're not stupid.
You never said I was stupid.
Well, not out loud.
And this is where we get to the thing that happens in a lot of fandoms. As you see, when the main couple starts to drag, or outright suck, people start looking for alternatives. Not just cracked ships, but legitimate options. And weirdly enough, despite Tom getting the short end of the stick by the narrative, Tom Star started getting refrained as the more subversive and therefore better pairing by fans. The logic being that we have had decades of female leads ending up with their male best friends. Maybe it would be better if Star and Marco just stayed friends. The Blood Moon could have been a literal curse, explaining why the universe kept pushing them together and it's just broken. And they still have feelings. Also, again, Kelly and Marco broke up off screen, so at this point, Starco truly felt inevitable. And as that inevitability set in, one pairing quietly rose to be the one option we had left. The one thing that could possibly derail Starco from being what we all knew it was gonna be. It was also one of my favorite options.
How sad is that? My breakup buddy broke up with me.
Yeah, since we got rid of Kelly, Tomko became my runner-up. Yes, there's no way to get around the fact that Marco is technically a 50-plus-year-old man trapped in a teen's body. So let's make like the show and just ignore it entirely. Tom and Marco for me were simply the more fun option. Not even strictly on a enemies to lovers angle, just because the story clearly had more room to explore them. And because spite. Star is tied up with the bigger plot. Her love life actively gets in the way of the more interesting things she's dealing with, which is why it's always a breath of fresh air when she ditches the boys entirely to dive into the lore of the Butterfly family, leaving a weird period where Tom and Marco felt like they could be better friends than Starco was at the time. When Star and Marco weren't being awkward about whatever secret they were ashamed of that week, there was still this lingering issue that Star was clearly prioritizing having fun with Marco and ignoring the boyfriend who was actively trying to be in her life. And after certain points, you just lose investment and it just starts being clear that this just doesn't matter, leaving both the relationships to suffer from it as neither can move forward and they're both being made weird by elements of the story dragging it out. Confused teens is, yeah, typical. They would do this shit. But when the story's trying to do all these other bigger, more complex ideas, take up a space with all of this drama did start to grate, with the only solace in this situation being, well, fan fiction. And in this case, Tom and Marco's friendship. Because up until this point, we had actually gone on a journey with them together, one that didn't carry the same narrative strain as every other potential pairing. There's no sense of moral desert with Tom and Marco becoming a thing. No feeling that they're together because a plot wants to stall once the kiss nonsense is off the table. They're just allowed to be bros being bros, singing duets to buy Star time, being goofy, existing without this weight of inevitability hanging over their heads, creating a sense of resistance that to ship them is to say fuck the bad writing, please give us anything else. Tom starts as a misguided hothead who slowly learns to be better. His redemption, if you want to call it that, is actually a pretty more grounded take on just a troubled teen learning to be less bad. Marco, for how lost and annoying him pining for Star has been for 2 seasons, having him be able to break the Blood Moon curse and move on from this, to actually go back to supporting Star for what feels like true, genuine friend reasons versus it all makes Tomko feel like the easy solution that could fix all the problems, even if that's not really true. This is just pining. A hope for like, oh, if they do this crazy thing, it'll fix everything. Similar to how a minority of Stranger Things fans thought there was gonna be a secret finale to save their fucking show. But it's in that sense of relief during that slow, long, dragged out process that makes us wish like, oh, what could actually work here to help out the story overall, even though the real answer just, they probably need another draft and a bigger overall plan. Star herself isn't the problem here, but these relationships and how they were handled
I'm sorry. I think Star vs. the Force of Evil would have been a better show, just have no romance at all. If they had no romance at all, it would have been much more better as a show, but they just had to add it, and that fucking causes a fucking flop. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the stream right here. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this stream here. It's 1 o'clock. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this stream here. Let's do that. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream right here. Thank you guys for coming. Tomorrow I might either do Sly Cooper 2. Yeah, I might do Sly Cooper. I either might do Sly Cooper 2 or I'm gonna do some anime watch stream. So I'll see though. Besides that, I'm gonna end right here. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. And yeah.